the rip of it. Although they just throw a flash and Aduka shows his presence with that updraft out aim. And for some reason they stop and are trying to re-hit and re-clear the one-way smoke that has been thrown A main. There is another smoke out A main, and now this will stop the push. They are a little bit paranoid about all these angles. Although middle, they haven't taken any space on the map on the back of it, so they were playing mid heavy, and now will have to play retake on this A side. And Aduka, being the jet main, being the aggressive player that he is, wants to play the rat angle. That is a very bad angle to play with. I mean, very bad angle to clear around because you really do not expect
no.
to do something like that. And easy. Ready gets one. Dogs are even falls. Now Medal jumping into the side. Yes, Morzil is good for one. But now in the retake situation, Medal are suddenly favored in terms of numbers.
Hello.
Five tap comes in.
Oh, bye.
Dogs is able to rack up a couple with the frenzy.
Bardiya, bhai.
Medal are able to win the pistol round.
These smoke reclays from Metal Esports are so dangerous. I mean, I can see
Yo,
why
कौन
Africa
cheer
wanted
कर रहा
to
है
make
ऐसे?
that play. It's
एक
a
ही
fair retake
एक ही बंदा
situation,
cheer
so you
कर रहा है,
might as well try to
seems.
get the
एक second
advantage
रुको,
by
आई
playing
मैं.
in a very cheeky spot, but 3 people peek him at the same time. Instant death. Same with Marzel. He was playing in hell, and as soon as one person decided to reveal himself, the other two jumped up from above. Instant triple peek, and Marzel's taken off. Same with Kishi. He was just trying to shoot from the smoke on A main. Instantly gets peeked by 2 different people. So Metal Esports are just keeping these trades really clean.
Now, it is bonus round. I mean, there shouldn't be really much trouble.
A shot.
A
shot.
Oh!
Oh!
ए भाई मैं दूर हूँ थोड़ा, रुक जा ना.
Sorry.
We were missing this guy. At least I was missing this guy for so very long. Although Kohli gets one, and even the tag on the fall.
तो वो 2x करो,
Kohli will get the job
फिर
done.
साथ में आ जाएंगे हम लोग.
Nate gets that frag confirmation of the bouncer.
Sell,
Will he
उसको मत
first
ले
trouble? Now let's see, Logs
मैंने नहीं करा था वो.
Next round, anything more? Easy. Picks out teammate, gets the frag, and team Metal Esports. They get the second round.
Quite a stylish round from Tricky now, wasn't it? I mean, I understand that you don't have a lot of armor, so it is easy for him to clean you up.
Hello,
And with this, he's also very
Priyanshu,
close to
what's
his ultimate. But now finally Asarami will have their weapons, will have a buy, and they can definitely have a say in this round.
There will be weapons all around. And as the army, they have been forced to play on harsh shield. I think
Coffee
considering
पी
the
तुमने?
some of the players
नहीं,
did
no.
in the previous round we saw Sherry, we saw
Hey,
the mini not even created impact was Pikin got all the frags. And this time around Jay just doing Soma things. Although the weapon is not very Soma like, you usually see either Odin or in Ace in that angle. This time around it was a Guardian. But now Tricky, he has been pinned down to a single spot and Medal exactly know where he is.
Hello
And Aduka will
guys.
take care of
Welcome
him.
to the stream.
opening
I'm
the
on
team has to lead
time.
No, Marzel
No, you're not.
is still holding the
Why?
flank with all his tripwires and all the setup he has in this particular
nice
position.
tripwire.
It is a very weird tripwire setup. He's trying to play anti-shock dart in that position in terms of the trip. And instantly drops the cage, falls back, and Aster looking to re-hit mid.
Yeah, and it's going to be quite an aggressive hit. Alarm bot gets broken, so will the door. It gets
A
picked
shot.
down, but easy. He's able to find one and fall back to safety as well. The paranoia hit
Thank
him
you.
square in the face,
टलेट क्यों नहीं
but
तोड़ लिया
it
उसका?
still doesn't really stop him. And from this backside,
वो
even
टल्ले टूट
Jay is
गया.
putting up quite a
अरे
defense.
कितना
Kohli
आगे
with
क्या
the
है?
double is able to get something done, but now
आगे
Asrami are
पीछे किधर
reconsidering
हो
their
गया?
options. They might not even hit the B site, and they're already on their way out. Kohli defending the defender spawn, and he's probably going to be responsible for cutting someone's
कहाँ
rotation
देख
off.
रहे हो?
And since he's already low on HP, he might
जिप-
as well just try to
जिधर
catch them by
crisp-
surprise.
Crips.
Meanwhile, Doxer, the healthy
Okay,
one,
का-
is supposed to get
cast
everything
कर रहे हैं.
done. It's Kohli's chance to shine.
Ah,
They
the
do
off
clear
angle.
him, but Easy still gets the
Oh.
shot off.
मुझे
What?
क्रिप्स की आवाज
Wow, that was a ridiculous wall bang.
English,
No
English.
assistance from the
Nordwin
recon,
Gaming का देख रहे हो ना?
nothing
हाँ.
else. It's just the little minimap icon that his teammate spotted, and he fires over there. Amazing game sense
ये
by
क्या
Jay.
screen है? क्या screen है?
That's the second frag he got this round. Exactly
Oh,
in the
shit,
same
wait.
way. One from backboard house with the Guardian. He spammed off. I think Tricky. Who was trying to fall back from Marvel.
अरे मेरे
And this
OBS का
time
कुछ
around
तो
he gets
issue है रे.
That's just
क्या
crazy.
issue है
Now
पता
knows
नहीं,
where
but
Doxer
कुछ clearly
is,
नहीं दिख
but
रहा है
Doxer,
शायद लोगों को.
Perfect timing, perfect swing. And Aster, they
क्या
take
issue
a
है?
lot of damage.
पता नहीं, मेरी stream
but at
देखो.
least they're able to convert the round at last. They will still
हैं?
be able to
इतना
go
dark
for
क्यों
the
दिख रहा
round
है?
with half shields and stuff like
ये
that.
क्या है?
But yeah, Medal Esports
देखो
played
देखना।
economy damage
The
done in
hell?
the round.
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है.
True. I would consider 4 kills on a bonus round like this a big win.
लाइट दिख रहा है
But
सब कुछ बहुत.
for the team
Uh,
of Aster Army,
dark
I
दिख
also
रहा है,
have
light
to
नहीं.
appreciate the spontaneity. The moment they realize that Metal Esports are actually racking up quite a lot of defense on B, they cut their losses short and fell back pretty quickly.
Filters तो कुछ भी
That's
नहीं
great.
लगा है.
flash and dash. Marzel will be boiled alive, and if that wasn't enough, even Easy pushes in from the other side. This is a massive crunch from Metal Esports. And within a matter of seconds, the round is done. So many players pushing out of B main, and many more even following up from mid link. What a crunch.
My God, what a round
Resolution
from the
error
side
भी आ
of
रहा है
Team
उसको.
Metal Esports.
Resolution
They
error क्या है
realized
मैं?
that it was always
पता
Marzel who
नहीं.
was lurking around outside B. They did not think, I'd say, that there were more than one player in that particular spot. But
Sorry.
the flashes, it was just perfect.
Sorry.
Especially the one through B main. I mean, the first flash was
Delhi
great and all
वापस
because it
yes for
blinded
now.
Marcel. Tricky
But
was able to get
hello
in, get the
Penetra, what's
frags,
up?
get the job done. But the second follow-up flash to push the remaining three players of Team Master Army away from that spot was just
क्या
great.
चल रहा है भाई?
And now JE has the better weapon, although Marcel is looking to challenge with his Sheriff.
Yeah, Master Army can be quite deadly with just these sheriffs too. Aduka has the Phantom, so he will be responsible for getting some damage done. But he gets tagged. But in the
ये
bounty back
कैसे आ
quite
रहा है
easily.
भाई?
Dogs are looking to challenge as well, but doesn't land a single shot. So Master Army are still keeping it a little competitive. They'd still try to fight, even though they're lacking weaponry. Jackman.
क्या है? I don't know man.
Finally gets traded out by Aduka, but Fox is right there to save the day.
It was 1v1s off.
Restart करा यार मैंने stream.
On all grounds, on all sides of the
Studio में
map,
तो
and
मैं.
they are able to win it. The only individual duel that was not taken was the player. It was the second duel with the
किधर
player
दिख
at
रहा है?
11 where both players
Resolution
team
error.
together and they get a frag. Look at this right here. They get a frag. But other than that, it was all isolated duels, and with weaker weaponries, it is
क्या
better
ही
to
है
stick
ऐसा क्यों
together
है?
and maybe try and trade each other out. That not being the case for Aster, they lose another round and Medal jump up to 4.
Medal indeed jump up to 4, but this is giving me some PTSD, bro. Every time Metal Esports start on ascent, they start in a similar fashion. They start 4-0, 4-1, and that's when the opponents start making a comeback. Is that going to be the case this time as well? Oh, he was droning. The shock dart will land on his feet, but the crunch from mid-market is already here. At least Easy deals with it.
Wow.
Although Kishi will
YouTube
answer
studio
right
mein.
back, and this is quite a good statement. He escapes from there just in the nick of time as soon as Fox was about to
अरे
clear
पर
him.
YouTube का थोड़ी है तो OBS का लग रहा है ना मुझे.
Now runs into the side. They will get the
Valorant भी
spike
ऐसे
down,
दिख रहा है क्या?
and because of the null command, there won't be Fox's null command for any
पता
time
नहीं.
soon.
OBS
But now the
normal दिख
retake
रहा
is
है क्या
coming
तुम
in
लोग
from
को?
B-main. The knife will reveal at least one player's location.
हाँ
I think
हमारा
both
कैम
players
नॉर्मल
will.
दिख रहा है बस.
So now Medal know
हाँ तो वही OBS का
that
issue.
what is coming, how the retake is going to happen, and Tricky with a great ulti use, but then Kohli with the Hunter's Fury and Doxer with his Phantom will close out the round. They had such a great start, Team Medal, to the round, but then Kishi comes in, gets the 2 frags, and even stops the retake from happening. Great recovery from Team Master Army.
Exactly. I mean, I even appreciate what Doxer did over there. He knew that his teammate needed help on B instantly, and at the same time, Metal Esports were about to clear him by pushing
देखना
out
guys.
of
I don't know
the
man.
catwalk region. So he just used the ultimate to go directly towards the back of B side and alleviate a lot of pressure over there. Metal Esports were putting up quite some resistance
थोड़ा
over here.
better
The
हुआ
frags from Easy were amazing, and yes, Kishi did a great job of trying to clear out things, but Tricky diving right back inside threw the round into a state of chaos. And in a situation like that,
Hello, Nayan,
Doxer
how
can
are you?
provide some stability.
Technical timeout though.
आता
The gear should be
इकडे.
fixed very, very soon.
आता नवीन.
But till now, as you were saying, 4-1 lead for Team Medal Esports. But as soon as we say that Medal do have a good footing into the game in at least half number 1, they instantly lose a round that they should have won. They got the 2 frags early on, but then somehow even are not able to trade out. Or maybe a little bit, I'd say, lack of presence of mind in that situation. The first player being picked off. He tried to force the fight B main, gets taken down by the market player, and then Kishi just snaps onto the second too. So it is a good way to find the round, but Aster, that was not a strategic win at all. I mean, yes, you were there for the split. Now you have realized that the alarm bot is the only thing that watches pizza region. But this time around, the setup from Medal is a little bit different. You have both the players playing 8-3. The side is completely left open, and the Nanoswarms are for 3-2. So they are ready to play retake on A because Easy has a lockdown. And to defend it, you have all the Killjoy utility available except for the turret. And Aster, let's see if they're ready for this or not. Marzel is coming in for a late A-shot lure, and Aster
There's a
will
lineup.
fall back. But both the mollies are positioned out, main. Now, the KO molly will be thrown in, but Aduka won't be able to get that frag. The flash and then the smoke as well has put Team Aster in a very difficult spot. Even the flank gets caught off guard, and Medal perfectly strategized the round and will easily be able to win it out.
So tricky. Well, that's a cool way to finish off the round. I appreciate what Asrami tried to do over there, but the lockdown was their undoing. And they even had plans to break that lockdown, you know. You had the fragment lined up from Kishi, Kohli used the shock
Yes.
darts, and they both should have been ideally able to break the lockdown, but it just simply wasn't possible. And due to that, Astorami had no choice but to relinquish all that area and fall
क्या चल
towards
रहा है
A
भाई?
main, a
अभी ठीक
position
दिख रहा है
from
क्या
where they
stream
won't
पे?
be able to shoot down all the members of Medal Esports who are just staring
ऐसे
down
क्यों
at
दिख
them.
रहा है?
And when you've got 5 guns pointed at a narrow choke point from different angles, it's really difficult to isolate those fights as well. So Astorami had no say in that round at all.
Hi, today
Medal was
I'm
kind of
going
destined to
good.
win that one.
क्या
But they
करूँ?
are able to get that win on the back
Streamlab
of a
OBS
massive
डाउनलोड करो
ultimate.
क्या ये reinstall
What's gonna
करो?
happen when Astorami unleash ultimates of their own?
That's a question. That's a good question indeed. But this time around, I was not happy by the way that Team Aster Army approached the round. They get in as soon as they tapped the spike. They knew that the lockdown has been initiated. It would have been better to maybe stop the plant, let one or two players get detained, and the remaining fight outside A main, so that they are able to just support the players inside. Or maybe if they want to go in with the plan, the two nanos could have been thrown on spike to delay and buy some time. Marcel could have taken what 5 or 6 more seconds to join in from a shot. Then you had the shock darts available on the spike, not on the lockdown instead. But everything just went like Team Metal wanted it to go. There were no mollies available on the spike. All of the players were just in that little pocket
Yeah,
that is
but
left outside A1,
What is up?
and
There's
Metal were
only-
easily able to clean up everyone.
yeah, I mean the lack of a killjoy in Astorami means that you won't be able to
Oh,
plant
yes,
those
that's
mollies
true.
on the spike. And the one molly that Kishi had was
Brightest
also
का नहीं है
used
guys,
on the lockdown itself. It didn't line up properly. Otherwise,
Yes.
maybe you could have broken. Maybe you could have broken the lockdown. Now,
तो मैं
Astorami
सही
once
दिख रहा
again
है
are
screen अपना
trying to
में
go towards mid,
हाँ,
and this
मुझे
time the
अपना
alarm
screen
bot
सही दिख
setup
रहा है।
has been placed on mid yet again. The KJ setup just keeps on changing from easy. Sometimes he puts it
Guys
on mid,
please
sometimes
अभी
he
के लिए
puts a
देख लो
microwave
मैं
setup
देखती हूँ
towards
यार कल से
catwalk.
fix करके
This
आऊँगी
time the
first
alarm bot
sorry
will mark mid, and it's been
Stream के
broken
बाद
already.
में करवाती
And
हूँ
the
फिर
rest
पर
of the
उतना
nanos
बुरा
are
भी नहीं है
towards
देखने
B
में
main
मैं
entrance, which also is being
थोड़ा
used by this
थोड़ा
top.
weird है
And Tricky will be able to deal with them quite effectively. He's repositioned as well, really well, to stop the incoming hit from Market as well. Now, Kishi can probably flash out and maybe challenge the op, but instead they're falling back. Astorami have quite a lot of presence all across this area. Aduka is marking A main. At the same time, you showed presence outside of B
30
main.
seconds left.
And while the spike is falling back towards Cat, Marzel is lurking towards Market.
Aduka needed to connect that shot. But him not being able to find that frag, now Aster will be in a little bit of trouble. Now Kohli is able to get one and even the
Nice.
second. You don't peek that J without support.
Spike planted.
He has made a mistake, and let's see if Team Aston are able to punish Medal on the back of it. Now Fox, he is playing very sneaky. And he's trying to get in. Marzel again with the lurk is able to get another frag. Now
Oh,
Kohli,
Roman
he isn't expecting the player till now, and Fox will be able to get that frag instead. Now Kishi is inside and Tricky is also
Kohli किधर है
flanking. And Marzel has all this information because he has come in from spawn. White swing takes Fox down.
Nice.
Puts Tricky in a 1v2. It is definitely a tricky situation, but if someone can clutch this out, it is tricky from Team Middle
One
East.
enemy
Gets
remaining.
the first, but is not able to spray transfer. Great
Yeah,
pick
by
from
shot
Team
out,
Master
देखना।
Army. And I'd say a
Nice.
rookie mistake coming in that
Marzel
has,
अच्छा
that has
है।
led to Team Medal losing that particular
Oh.
round.
I mean, at least were trying to make some preemptive moves of their own. The fact that they're able to come in from A main, and I was surprised that Fox even managed to survive that entire encounter. You know, when he was trying to get out of the
ये देखो,
doorway
क्या
on
देखो?
switch, and somehow avoids Kishi entirely. Manages to make his way across towards A main, where he then finds the kill onto JE.
Oh,
I really thought that he's gonna die
अच्छा
with
खेला
that
बे
because it's
Aster
all a
ने।
matter of timing. But since Marzel was on that massive look.
Okay.
Middle Esports positions were all given
तुम्हारा
away quite
मैच इतना
easily.
पीछे क्यों है? पीछे है
This
क्या
time
भाई?
Astrami are going for a really fast A main hit, even though most of them have been
मैं
detected
बहुत
by the
ज्यादा
0
पैसे
point.
देती हूँ guys
Marzel as
इंटरनेट
always
को.
will be lurking
Chop
even
karo
though he
tum.
finds the
What a
kill. The
flash.
flash is perfect,
Why?
but he's only able to get
Leave.
one on the back of it. Aduka gets the trade instantly.
ओ भाई nice solid पे.
Whips out the Hunter's Fury. This should
Holy
definitely
shit.
get them a
Multi-ult
kill or
पे कहाँ
two. But they're still losing their members. Aduka
तो
continues to
मार्केट से
create
एमिन
problems.
बेल्ट मारा है.
Marzel on the lurk is a headache to deal with.
Hey!
Pushing
Hey!
also gets one, gets the
No
second
way.
too. And Marzel
ये
is
phantom चाहिए मुझे.
nowhere near the spike. Now this could be troublesome. The spike tap comes in, the smoke fades out too. Now they exactly know where Marzel is. The double peek comes in, and that sneaky play from Easy helps them win.
I think अभी मैं सही जगह पे हूँ. अभी round win हुआ.
Good stuff from
हाँ.
Easy. I mean, it wasn't as much of a sneaky play as it was a bold statement. It does take a lot of
अभी इसकी
guts to
शक्ल
push
दिखा
out
रहे हैं.
like that, you know, especially when you're all by yourself.
अभी
And
सवाल
we've been seeing
हाँ,
this
चल,
quite a
चल.
lot from the players of Middle
अच्छी
Esports,
हमारी
you know.
भाई.
At one point it was JE
अभी
trying
बरोबर
to
है.
push
हाँ
out.
ना
No,
भाई,
sorry, not
मैं out
JE.
हूँ ना.
It was Fox trying to push out like that, and then Easy makes a similar move by pushing out of the smoke on tree. Now, you don't see that a lot, and even when you do see it, you don't see it being so successful. Middle Esports really throwing Aster Army a couple of curveballs which they don't anticipate.
Sarami, a round which would have been theirs has been now snatched away. Let's see how do they answer right back. Now Aduka is ready for a flash A shot. I think the molly will clear some close, and the molly will stop
Damn.
the player
Oh.
from getting in, and then Fox. Beautiful flash, and the
Amazing.
follow-up is even better. Tricky even pushes through mid lane to get another frag onto Marzel, and that's another shot down. After they try to exploit mid,
Thank
they
you.
get punched
Timing.
in the face.
Oh, and he's trapped now. He's got players coming in from spawn, high mid as well. Middle Esports go for a flawless
एक तो
aggression.
इनका वेबकैम पीओवी
From
आता
the
तभी लेट्स गो
get-go.
मेडल
Amazing
लेट्स
flash to
गो
start things
मेडल
off. Fox
खुद ही cheer
blinds
कर
रहे
through
होते हैं
with
लोग.
perfect
मेरे को भी
timing
ऐसे
and
लग रहा है
Astromia.
वो कोच
Hey,
कर
ये
रहा
As they're
है
able
कोच
to
लोग
climb catwalk, they get this blindness in their eyes. And
Kevin,
just as they
imagine
recover from
Kevin
Fox's
से आवाज
first
आ रही है.
flash, even the paranoia is thrown in by Kakarot, which just helps him get so many more kills. And all the remaining stragglers of Aster Army
मैं
were
चचा की
so
balcony
separated
में
from each other. They had no
बैठ कर
choice
stream कर
but
रहे
to
हो
give
क्या?
up their
अरे नहीं
lives.
रे.
Middle Esports pushing them to their limits.
वो तो मॉफिन
Pushing
करती
right out of spawn. Literally
The heck,
into
meow.
attacker spawn. You know, there's nowhere left for Aster Army to go.
Once again, this fight. This is, I think, the third time the Marzel is winning against Tricky in this position. And he has also been able to recover a weapon. Will destroy the alarm.
अरे
bot,
रुक जा भाई,
using
Marzel.
the tendency for medalists to leave it completely open. They defend towards the side. Now, Aduka spots the player. Tries to just dodge off the molly, and now Fox is playing a cheeky angle. Kohli on the other side of the map is able to get one, and Marzel
Stinger
takes
से
care
मारा
of
रे
it.
को कैसे
पापा.
kill मिला
Now
भाई?
both the players are stuck in the B side. The spike is being run towards the A side. And
अच्छा
Aster,
reaction दिया
they
Aster
just
ने.
answer right back. They win a thrifty of their own.
Aster Army, this is the second time they're pulling off an adjustment where they start the round with a B hit, but then
Discord
end
पे
up
watch
in
together
a
करो same दिखेगा.
easy execution from Aduka.
Watch together
But
क्या
like I
होगा?
said, Aster Army have done this in the past, you know.
Hello, Nayan.
Even last time they tried something similar, they found success. Aster Army tried to go for a mid to market hit,
Nice.
and it was once again Marzel who started
Arre,
things
arre.
off. But then as soon as he realized that Metal Esports have quite a lot of players positioned towards the back of B, they just instantly transitioned to a short hit. This time as well, they find out that information
round in the
after
half.
you have the jet floating in the sky.
Aduka
is
का
able
क्या
to
मतलब है
spot
भाई?
two of them. He even
Aduka.
sees the lockdown, so Metal Esports
Aduka.
realize, hey, A must be
Ulta
somewhat
pado.
defenseless right now. And the remaining members of Metal Esports were in the process of just transitioning over towards the B side, rotating over. So as long as
Akuda.
Aster Army are able to catch them in the middle of that rotate, they
Yup,
will be
yup,
able to
yup.
get
Akuda.
all those
Aduka,
kills.
Akuda.
And that's
Akuda.
exactly what happened. To deal with the lockdown, instead of falling back,
बहुत time
Marzel
लगा भाई
went
उल्टा
deeper
पड़ने में.
into its
हाँ
defender
ना भाई
spawn.
मुझे लगा
Now,
ignore
you
कर
don't
रही
see
है
that
कोई
often,
के
but
लिए.
that's a brave
फिर
push out
लगा
from
नहीं
Marzel.
रे time ले रही है.
This time around, there are 3 ultimates to work with. So I thought that it could have been a fast execute towards one of these sides where the null command gets popped out. But I think they're comfortable hitting through A shot. Now there will be presence out A main too. They will have a player doxer who will still be outside A main.
Oh,
They
nice.
spotted 2, I think. They
Setup
spotted
देखो
2
जरा.
as A shot. Now the
हाँ,
flashes are
देखा
being
मैंने.
thrown
मजा आ
in.
गया.
Fox
ये लोग है ना देखो
on the back of that
जैसे
Hunter's
शॉट
Fury
पे
is
प्रेजेंस
able
हुई
to
ना
not
इन्होंने ये
able
नहीं
to
चेक
do
करा कि
anything.
एमएन को
Doxer
हैक इन
with
किया
the
था ओमन
flag
फ्लैश
and
किया
Kohli keeps
एक्सपेक्ट
the
करा
Kakarot.
केमन उसी टाइम आएगा। हम लोग क्या है जिगल में मर जाते हैं इतने में।
अब बता क्यों रही है भाई, हम लोग क्या करते हैं?
हम लोग भी इंस्टा
हम लोग भाई
फ्लैश
नूब
करना
है,
चाहिए हम लोग को भी।
नूब है। बता रही
बिना
है भाई।
जिगल किए फ्लैश पिक करना चाहिए। वेस्ट हुआ तो हुआ,
Good
हम लोग
crack so
वो नहीं
far, but
करते।
Easy starts off with yet another
इंट्यूशन
nice
यूटिल यूज
one.
नहीं करते जब तक
Only to
इन्फो
get
नहीं होती
shut
ना,
down by the firing squad
तो
on
उसके
Aster
बाद ही
Army.
यूटिल यूज करते
Great
हैं। कभी कभी
recovery
इंट्यूशन
from
हाँ,
the
हम
यूटिल
लोग
East
यूज
भाई
now.
करना
बॉडी थ्रो
चाहिए।
Given
करते
the
हैं
fact
पहले।
that Middle East
जैसे
Sports
आज
had a
हमारी मैडम
4-round lead at the
हॉपर
start
है,
of this
पता
entire
है?
map, a 7-5
लंबा
off
वाला
is
मोटा
actually
वाला
quite
डायपर पिक
respectable
करूंगी,
from Aster
पता नहीं
Army.
क्यों।
But is this going to
कर दी
be
भाई
enough to
पूरी,
net them the win on
जेट को
ascent?
बुद्धि दिखा दी,
You guys
बम
will
दिखा
have to
दी।
find out in the second half after this
Sorry.
short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
अडुका का मतलब है वो एक डुका नाम के बंदे को बुला रहा है।
ए डुका,
मजा आ गया भाई, यही तो सुनना था। हेलो सनमीत। कट 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 कट।
ब्रो
म्याऊ।
फ्रिज मीट के
ये
लिए,
मेरा भाई है फिलहाल।
हीट के लिए नहीं। ब्रो दिस ग्राफिक्स कार्ड इज मेकिंग माय फ्रेम्स ड्रॉप। कम विद मी इफ यू वांट अ गेम।
अरे लैपटॉप फेंक
The
थोड़ी देगा।
all-new OMEN 16 with advanced Tempest cooling technology, now with 5 heat pipes and 4 thermal outlets. The OMEN 16 with 12th Gen Intel Core i7 processor to make you forget your frame drop.
मफलू
मफलू।
Game
मफलू।
on with
चुप
Tempest
चुप
cooling.
चुप चुप चुप।
मफलू। आज मफिन ने स्क्रिप्ट में हरकत करी है, पता है क्या?
चुप करो
बता
चुप
दो तुम
करो।
लोगों को। 2v2 है, ठीक है? रोज और ये बचे 2v2 है। मफिन कहती उसको बोला तो जेन पीक करते हैं, कहते अरे रोज बेचारी 2v2 में भाई कंट्रोल कर रही है।
रोज बेचारी।
और नहीं तो क्या भाई, इमेजिन मैं वो सिचुएशन में होती, मैं तो बोलती अरे भाई वेट कर रही है, पता है वो भी ये हकला रही है और ये वेट कर रही है।
चुप करो भाई।
जे 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 पे 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 म्याओ इफेक्ट। भाई मैं हकलती नहीं, मैं तोतलाती हूँ। आज मैंने क्या बोला? कुछ तो कलते हैं।
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to OMEN Valorant Challenger South Asia, driven by Hyundai, and our starting partner is Philips OneBlade. We are currently in the middle of a set. This is a match between Middle Esports as well as Aster Army, and even though Middle Esports started off this game in a very good way, they were starting with a 4-round lead. I think Aster
No, no, no,
Army
no,
have
nine.
done a decent job of trying to cover up
Chip,
this
chip.
one and bring it to 7-5.
10 हो गए।
But while Middle Esports has a chance of winning this, you also have a chance of winning the Philips OneBlade. All you need to do is scan this QR code and you stand a chance to win the beautiful Philips OneBlade. Give it a try.
No, 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 no. अबे सच में गाड़ियाँ
7-5,
मिलती है क्या?
That's where we are at. And as you said, it was a great
गाड़ियाँ नहीं, एक ही
recovery
गाड़ी है,
coming
MVP
from
को
Team
मिलती
Aster
है।
Army, considering that they were down 4-1. So 7-5 half is a great thing to have. Now it seemed like more of an 8-4 half, but
तो मफिन को
somehow
MVP
Aster were
मिलेगा,
able
मफलूक
to
मेरे
pull
को
a
दे देगी
couple
ना?
of thrifties and are able to get their
हाँ
tally
तुम
all
उल्टी
the
नहीं
way up
करोगे
to
गाड़ी में
5.
तो श्योर।
And now I'd like to
मफलूक
see
के तो
Marzel
पास
play
तो
as
बहुत पैसा है।
Cypher.
मफलूक
The
तो
previous two series we
दो
did
चार
see
मर्सिडीज
Marzel
ऐसे
on
खरीद लेगी।
Cypher, but he was not that convincing.
घूमने गई है,
Today
वॉक
though,
करने
he
गई
has
है,
been hitting some crazy
मर्सिडीज लेके आ
insane
गई।
shots.
मैं तो
And
बूट
on the
कैंप
back
से
of it, in the
एयरबीएनबी
first half,
मर्सिडीज
he
में
has
जाती
been
हूँ
able to
भाई।
rack up 7 frags.
तब ऐसा
Do we
मफलूक
see
हुआ।
some insane setups too at the
मावलू
same
ऐसे
time?
क्यों बोलते हो मेरा
Find
नाम है
out.
बफलू
He
को
is
मैं।
playing, I'd say, very
तो
clear
मफलूक।
because all his setup is towards either B or mid
इतना
in
फील
the
के साथ
region,
क्यों
so that
बोल
even
रहा
if
है
he
मेरे
gets
मफलूक।
को?
suppressed, the hit still can be stopped with the number advantage on
ये
this side.
मफलूक है, चाकू आउट जा रही है भाई। अरे
Quite a
चुप
slow
चुप।
जब देखो
round
इसके
now,
हाथ में
isn't it?
चाकू रहता है भाई।
Nobody
Ace
making
split.
even a single peek. And as soon as they cover the distance towards 3, they're gonna barge in. Cloudburst to
Over.
make sure
Ah,
that
shock
Doxer
dart
can't
रे।
beat, but the shock dart lands
Ooh,
directly on
ooh.
their feet. And Doxer is
मैं आ
keeping
गई
it
हूँ finally।
clean. Nice shots. And even Marcel comes in from behind.
Ooh,
Middle Esports
nice
get
hold।
completely crunched.
अच्छा सेटअप
It
था।
was a split from Aster or was it an a split from Medal? Because there were
अरे,
players
अरे।
behind their back. They
Caster?
did not clear that A shot smoke, A tree smoke. The players just creeped out of it and then Frenzy just goes burr in the pistol round. That's what just happened. Marcel pushes the smoke, gets a couple of frags. But the first 2 frags from Dogs were just clean.
मार्शल
We did not see the
एस्ट्रॉयड
first
में
one
तो
tap,
है
but the
लीथल में
second
था ना
one,
वाह
player running through smoke out in the open. Oh, that
clap
was a
for
crazy shot. And
claps
very
for
well
Pandu
focused team
everybody
will
please
just
clapping
maybe
emoji
upgrade
for
some
Pandu
pistols here on.
please
Jay is somehow
can we
buying an armor with a classic. That's a weird purchase.
ah
Good
मजा आ
for
गया
them
very
to
good
give
very
them
good
any
ये
sort
सब
of,
टाइम पे कर लेती है
advantage on the back of that house shield.
Practice baby.
Luka doesn't care about any of that. He's
तभी
looking to get
एकल्स
some
बोला
heads,
था I am bigger
peeking out of the smoke that's been placed by Doxa. I'm sorry, not by Doxa, by Kakarot.
फ्रैट्स मेरी चैट में टॉक्सिक मत हो
He will be able to spot a couple people high mid, and these frags shouldn't be a problem for him, especially because his opponents are unarmored.
ट्विटर पे इतनी
The
भसड़
sheriff,
चलती है भाई
I'm sorry,
पांडु
not the
ट्विटर
sheriff,
पे
the
आजा
Mafia
बता
kid
रही
can
हूँ
just easily get frags. But speaking of easy, he's snuck
अबे
up
तो
towards
ट्विटर
market,
खोलती हूँ
and
भाई
Luka's
मेरे को
marking
वीएलटी
the
वीएलटी
side
आ रहा है भाई
once.
पूरा टाइम
Again, there's just simply no
ट्विटर खोलती
escaping
वीएलटी
this guy.
वीएलटी 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 वीएलटी
There is a
अरे
trade, so they are looking to just
Mobile
blast
loop.
out of this position. But yeah, he's able to
Mobile
get
loop.
the
ऐसे
Mobile
बोलना
loop.
बंद करो.
does not even get one
Mobile
in
loop.
Aster Army. They win the
देखा कि नहीं?
flawless. They keep
Tricky
getting
को.
weapons and the only
हाँ.
investment
Mobile
that has
loop.
to be done is by Marcel
अबे.
and their shields. That's about it.
Stop saying my
So,
name
no
like
doubt,
that.
a
The
great round
fuck.
from Team Aster Army plus a very
ठीक
important
है रियल
skill
लाइफ
to
में
make
हाइट
sure
छोटी
that
है
the scoreline
डजंट मीन
becomes
ट्रिप पास कर
equal.
लेगा
7-7.
वो क्या है
Yes,
कौन
नहीं,
रहा है
उसकी
भाई
हाइट
have a
छोटी
bye.
है
उसकी
भाई.
हाइट
But let's
छोटी
see if
नहीं
Team
है
Aster
मेरी
Ast-
छोटी
Aster
मफन
Army
की
are
छोटी है ना
able
मैं
to win
मफलू
this
बुला
second
रही हूँ
round.
ना मफलू
Mobile मत
Amazing
बोल
stuff.
भाई
It
ऐसे.
was quite funny to see them try getting under Marzel's trip fire. They were wondering if he placed it
सीखो
high
सीखो
enough
गेम
for
से
them to
सीखो
sneak
क्या
up
चाहिए
underneath.
बताओ.
ये
क्या
देखो
टॉप
कहाँ का
पे
नाइफ है
Especially when
ये
there's duck
है
cover over
एमेन
there.
का
I think it's worth a
ये
try. I
chronicle
mean, you
knife
didn't
Your
have
knife?
too much of a
Your
chance of
flash?
winning that round. You didn't
Hello.
have weaponry either, so might as well try to figure out the weaknesses
तो
in
तोड़ा शायद
Marzel's
नाइफ
setup.
उसने हेवन से.
Camera taken.
Flashpoint, there aren't any, at least not now.
Marvel.
Oh, but Abduka getting bamboozled over there, crosshair position.
अरे अरे
Not
तोड़
अरे
दिया भाई.
He gets that frag. Well, this is a bonus round for Astral.
Bella.
They're not expected to win, but if they can get some frags,
स्ट्रगल किया भाई
definitely would
उसने
be
पूरा
worth it.
रिकॉन तोड़ने के लिए
The one way delayed them for a little bit, but then the frags
ये तो वही बात
all
होगी ना ना
flowed
ना
the
ना
way of Team
ए
Esports.
टिररर
They all came out at the same time as well, and nobody was caught in the trip fire. So that's how Team Metal enter into the side. They get all the frags done, but it was
चलो
against a
चलो
lower
सेविंग
buy.
टाइम
And now Kishi
ना,
and
ना, ना,
Kohli looking
step तो
for
थोड़ी
any
save
sorts of
करेगा.
exits that they can get.
बुलडॉग फिर
They
भी
just
समझ
want to
आता है.
deny this flawless is all they want. Now there is no one
पहला उसका
market,
रिप्लाई कि ठीक
and the door
ठीक
has already been closed, so Kishi cannot do much
अभी नहीं
about it.
करती भाई वो
Maybe give
छोड़ दिया
your
उसने
life from the spike rather than dying from a player who can then collect ult orbs. Plus, let's not die to JE because he's just 2 away from Utter's Fury. So that's something you can consider over here. Kishi playing inside the smoke, try to be cheeky. Let's see if he's even able to get one. JE gets a frag. Yeah, so Kishi is able to deny the flawless. Take at least one rifle out of the hands of Team Metal. But yeah,
ये
Metal
देखो ये
wins the
देखो
round. 8
तो उनका
on the
कोच
board.
चिल्ला रहा है पीछे से केबिन में बैठ के
Well, this game
Marvel.
is actually quite competitive
Marvel
now,
loop.
isn't it?
अब
Metal Esports hit them right back. And after that 7-5 half, both these teams are
आज
separated
मफिन ने
by only one
अब बाद में
round.
तो वॉटर को लिंक भेज दिया ठीक है वो जो हम
Metal
लोग ने किया
knowing that Ashram
हाँ,
doesn't
भेजना
have
ना.
much
इतनी
of
जहर वाली
a
हरकत करी है
weaponry,
और कहती है
they will
यार
move into the
इसके
round
साथ तो भाई मैं
fearlessly.
इसको मार ही नहीं पा रही हूँ यार
And they
तब से
don't
मेरे को
lose too many
कॉन्फिडेंस ही नहीं
players
था
either, so the economy can now start to snowball.
कपास
अरे
रे
Although
भाई
Ashram may have the
भर दिया
dangerous
था
weapons
कप्पा ने
at the top,
क्या
and
कर
the
रही है
big weapons are out. And Metal Esports better watch their backs.
Marvel loop.
There's no smoke towards high mid.
भेजो
And
तुम
that's
लिंक
partially
भेजो
because
अभी
they
भेजो
want to let Aduka have all these frags. There will be a smoke put
Bye
down
bye.
towards the
Bye.
bottom of mid
अरे,
though by Metal
shit.
people, hoping that they can avoid the op. But now that they discover where the
नॉकआउट
op
करने
is,
वाले भाई
they will
watch
quickly
पावर
want to
टी
take
के
the
बाद
B-side as
और
quickly as
पिटाई होगी
possible.
क्या? पिटाई
वो
करती है भाई कोहली ने
Deal
तो
with the
fuck.
recon and they pay the
शीश
price
रे
for it.
शीश शीश
What a round from Team Aster Army. Although it is still not over. We still have players of Aster
अरे,
stuck inside.
जिंदा
Catch
बचो
up,
भाई,
what a round,
advantage
but Jay pushes the smoke, gets one. And
अरे
even
मैं वो नई वाली
Fox checks in
Phantom
for
लेनी है
another
क्या?
frag. Wait a minute.
नहीं
Aster
मन कर रहा है मेरा
Army
बहुत
प्लीज
ज़्यादा.
नहीं नहीं
still are not completely
मैं
देखो,
बहुत मन है मैं
dangerous.
बहुत
नहीं,
बहुत सुंदर है
This
देखो तो
goes
सही
to
तुम
नहीं,
क्या
नहीं,
करोड़ पे.
नहीं,
Luka as an operator.
वो 2 दिन वाली
Kishi has been
फैंटम
tapped
है
to
पक्का पता
56
है
अरे
मुझे
2 दिन जिंदगी के अच्छे
Now
तो
the
होंगे ना
round
वो 2 दिन
is
अच्छे जा रहे
back.
तुम्हारे अभी बताओ
They
मेरे
are
को.
making
नहीं,
the run
नहीं,
towards the
नहीं.
A side. Although
Marvel
Kishi will be
अबे
the first one to
Prats
reach
can't
and has
do.
2
Sorry.
flashes
Marvel
to
loop. अरे
maybe
भाई
delay
प्रैट्स
some
को क्यों
time or
भरा
even get a
प्रैट्स को
frag
मत
on
भर
the back
भाई
of it. But let's see how does he want to play this one out. They've
सॉरी
already
तुमने
spotted
कैम
him on the
एंगल
A
चेंज
side,
करा
so
रेडार पे तो नहीं
I
रखा हुआ
don't
ना?
think
नहीं,
they will
नहीं,
be
नहीं,
expecting him under
केओ
7
के
of
मुंह
all
पे रखा है
pieces.
केओ का आधा मुंह ढक
And
ये
Master
वाले
Army, an important round, a
Marvel.
round where there was heavy investment. Let's see if they're able to convert it or not.
अरे अरे
He tries to make
Nice
a dive
kill.
for it,
और
but
नाइफ
Gavrov
डॉज
stops
करने
one
के
in the
लिए
right
ये
time. He heard the
ऐसा
footstep.
कूद के गया
He knew कि she has a very
गलत
little
बात है रे
timing
भाई
window.
नाइफ से क्या ही हो जाता
He
प्लांटर
wanted
को
to
मारने
avoid
में
the
हाँ
0
पर
point and
उस
wanted to get
नाइफ आया
inside
इसलिए वो भागा
quickly
ऐसे
enough.
कूद के गया है
But
नाइफ
Kakarot
खोल
hears
के
the footsteps of
Marvel loop.
Paducah dropping down and he knows
भाई
there's
अलग
going to be a
पैनिक
shorty
हुआ
on
रे
this
कुछ नहीं।
operator. So he doesn't
Oh,
give him
nice.
key range. He doesn't
अरे,
give him the
recon थोड़ी
distance.
है वो।
He gets dived on, but Doxer finishes up. Fox, very low on HP.
अरे कहाँ देख रहे हैं क्या ये
A
मैं
single bullet
फ्लैश
should
डॉज
be
करने
able
के
to
लिए
deal
खड़ा है
with
क्या
him. And Doxer's
मैं
on
अरे
the
लोग
way.
ऐसे
He
क्यों
knows
जा
he's
रहे
low on
हैं
ammo,
भाग
and he
भाग
tries
के
to dive
पता नहीं
inside,
भाई
but
तुम्हारे
Fox
दोस्त ने राउंड
recovers
निकाला खुश
really
हो जाओ
well.
अरे हाँ
Metal
फॉक्स
Esports pull off a 2v3.
मैंने सिखाया क्या
Oh, it was a 3v5
नहीं।
to start off with, Crips. You
Marvel
got those two.
अरे ऐसे
frags,
भाग भाग
Marvel
के
spam through the smoke gets
Marvel
one.
loop,
Only
पूछ क्या
spams through the wall gets one. And after that, Metal are able to
देखो ये
recover.
Marvel
Look at how much HP Tricky has.
Hey,
And still
हाँ, Marvel
Astra are
loop, ये
able
देखो।
to the spam. Somehow
Fuck
through
off.
everything are able to net the round. I know dogs are had it in the bag.
वो
He
थूक
could
ज्यादा
have
बना
gotten
के
it
fuck
to
off
half.
बोलती
The
है
call
भाई
was there that the last player is super low. Maybe just
इतनी
went
डिम
for
क्यों
fuck
है
it.
यार
off तो
पता
है
नहीं
ही
यार
नहीं
को
भाई
है ना
Classic was out, but
पूरा
the
पता
right
नहीं
hit was
पता
not
नहीं क्या
found.
मुंह बना के बोलते फूका
That's how Team Medal are able to win another round.
hello
Or Aster on that
Shreyans,
eco.
what's up, how are
You
you?
still cannot count them out. Aster they have been hitting some crazy shots
I'm
with
your
the
biggest
sheriff.
fan, love you. Okay, thank you.
They have to do it once
that's
again.
what she said
Nano swarms and smokes
Oops.
to keep them away from the action as Metal Esports flood into the site. The spams to the smoke may or may not connect. Some chip damage will be dealt, but Metal Esports will get into the site regardless. And in case
Hold on,
Astrami are about to make it close, in case things start to go south, JE has a Hunter's Fury just to keep things competitive, just to give
Possible
them
है
that
Aster
edge.
के लिए
The problem here is the post plant position from Team Medal is
never
not
mind.
good at all. You only have
Women
one
वाला
player
हमारा तो
B main and
possible
the
है।
remaining players are
yes
stuck
क्योंकि
on
कोई
site.
कंट्रोल नहीं है मेडल पे
Now, you
women के
are
अलावा
buying time. You are
अरे
throwing
डुबा
those
रहा है
flashes.
भाई अरे डुबा मत
Get this frag, this
Time.
could be huge. And Aduka just jumps in. Now that is a weapon retrieved and all the players of
Oh,
Team Medal
नहीं,
are on
time
site.
नहीं
And this is something that Aster has knowledge about, but Kakarot with this spam is able to take down Doxer. He has been reduced
क्या
to
कर रहे हो
29
भाई?
HP.
Nice
Kishi
flashes,
blind
Fox.
as a bat. That's the reason he does not survive. And
यहाँ
look
देखो कितनी
behind
अच्छी
him,
फैंटम है
Fox,
देखो
able
फैंटम
to
नहीं,
get
नहीं,
the
नहीं।
frags.
2 दिन की है, बता रही हूँ।
Aduka cleans up shop. He is able to get all the frags.
Hello, Pandu.
But the round
Hello,
still goes
Satvik.
in
How
Medal's
are you?
favor.
Yeah,
Whoopie
Metal wins this
better
round, but
than
at what
Marvel.
cost? They gave
Yep,
away
yep,
so
Whoopie
many guns
best.
to Astarami and lost all of theirs in the process. So they pay a steep price for this
तुम
one.
किसकी साइड हो
And now that Astarami know that
मेडल
they've cleared out Metal's economy, they
Aster
don't
Army
have much
बेटे
money to work with,
मैमडल
they take this tactical timeout.
एम्स्टर
If
आर्मी
they are able to
Mamdal.
win the next round, Metal Esports will be
Mamdal.
successfully broken.
चल चल आपको मत
Their economy will be in shambles once more.
ए चला
Metal
गया
Esports can
बंडल
afford
ऑलरेडी
weapons
रन इट
one
बैक
last
बंडल आ
time,
रखा है
but
बे
after that, they will need to keep
आ गया?
winning in order to afford them
हाँ
once more. So this is a crucial round. This round could tip the balance of the game. Astarami not only have a chance to make it a 10-8, but also push the game to
क्रायोस्टैटिस
10-9
ऑपरेटर है
because
रिवर
Astarami,
फैंटम है
they have the chance to break Metal's economy. And if they do it now at this crucial moment, it could stop the momentum.
Important timeout for Team Aster Army. Now it is their map pick, and all these rounds have been so.
तुम मुझे लिंक दो ना वॉर्ड रिव्यू का हमारे
It is either
डिस्कॉर्ड
अभी
पे
थोड़ी दूंगी स्क्रीनशॉट्स आ रहा है ये डिस्प्ले कैप्चर चालू है ना
तो डिस्प्ले कैप्चर पे कर रहे हो तुम वॉच पार्टी नूब हो क्या
हाँ
These
वो
are
विंडो
clean
विंडोज
hits
कैप्चर पे
coming
किया
in
करो ना
नहीं
from the side of Team
नहीं
Medal.
क्या होता
Esports
है
go
सब कुछ
one
थोड़ी
way.
रिवील करना है
They
नहीं
do not prefer to rotate. They do not prefer to
आज
set
हाईपे को नहीं
themselves
करनी
up.
वॉच पार्टी
They
बता
just
रही हूँ उसकी तबीयत
barge
ठीक
into
नहीं होगी
the
यार
site.
विसिटी
The
गेम
post
चेंजर
plans
कब है
would be an
30th में
operator
से है
plays
यार
like
जी फट
this,
रही है
but then
जिगर
you have
और
to
नहीं
give
तो
the
क्या
correct
भाई
prediction of positioning yourself at the correct point to receive players.
कर रहे
And
लेकिन क्या
again,
हम लोग
I'd
डोंट
say
वरी
when Aduka is not in the
इतनी
right
ऑप्टिमिस्टिक
position
टीम
to
में भी
do
रह
the
ले
job. Now Duki switches off. The one way is
चुप
great.
चुप
स्ट्रीम पे रहती है भाई
But
तो
essentially, Medal just
Stream पे तो
disrespected
बोलना
because you
पड़ता है
haven't
भाई,
shown any
ये
sort
नहीं।
of presence with
नहीं हो
with the
पाएगा
one way of
एकदम
yours.
सॉरी
Aduka,
हो जाएगा
अरे वो देखो
और ऊपर बट है ये चोंडू मावल
अरे अरे मावल
But you cannot get
Marvel
that flag on the basis of
थोड़ा आ
the
गया
gun
था
barrel.
थोड़ा सा आ गया
He
था
just
आजा,
wants
आजा, आजा,
Kakarot
क्या
to
थोड़ी सी
be
कुराट
दिखा दे
अबे
भाई।
ये उधर देखते
is
देखते नीचे वाला स्विंग कर
completely
लेगा ना
भाई
इसको
नीचे वाले ने
He's
पिक
not
कर ली ना
peeking.
भाई मावल हो
At
जाएगा
some
इसमें
point he will have to pull out
मैं तो
his
चिल्लाऊंगी
smoke,
जोर से
and that is
अरे
moment I
कितना
think he will
पेशेंस है
have
भाई
to
उसमें भी और
हाँ
इसमें
ना,
भी
बैठा है भाई
connected.
और निकल गया वो निकल गया
Blaster,
ओमन
they
निकल
are
गया
so close to find
Marvel
that opening
हाँ
flag,
इसको
but they
दिखना
miss
बंद
it
हो
out
गया
अरे
because the player just runs away.
Uh-oh.
मावल
Just runs
मोमेंट हो
away
गया
and
इसके
misses
साथ
finding
अरे मावल
No. The turret spots him out.
Marvel loop.
Aduka takes a couple of shots from the turret and then he realizes, hold on,
Patience
he's
खत्म हो
made
गया
this
ना
push
marvel loop
before.
के.
He's gonna push here again and he wide
कर दिया.
swings to throw his aim off.
क्या हाल है हर्ष? चटा 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 चटा
Execute
चटा.
though.
बफर हो रहा है क्या?
Started.
बफर नहीं.
To the side. Kohli
आ गया
just
वापस
gets
मुंबई.
completely danced upon. Dash up draft. Throws this crosshair away and now dogs
कल
are
तुम्हारी
looking
13
for
मिनट की
the
वॉच
lead.
पार्टी करी यार मैंने.
No tricking
मेरा
this
पॉडकास्ट है.
slow.
अगले मैचेस देखोगे तुम लोग के.
Very
Hello,
good
Wolf.
spot
What's
right now
up?
though. Marcel with the help of
हर्ष
Kohli's
कल बहुत
recon
अच्छा
is
खेल
able to
तुम.
get one.
मैं आपकी
The
चैट में हूँ
shot
तो.
darts also dealing decent damage and Kohli is the one who has to bail this team out. 12 seconds on the clock. The spike has to go down and he's not looking in the right
Oh.
direction. And then Kakarot helps him out.
Now how do I
1v3,
convince
Marcel
my
with 5
parents to
HP.
be a
This
content
looks like
creator?
a dream for him
Just keep
if he's
doing
able to
it.
pull it off.
Ooh,
But the
nice
turret would be his worst enemy.
Thank you.
Do something.
Hello, revive.
Achieve
How are
something.
you?
दिखाओ कि
Welcome
ये
to I'm back. Let's
कर
go.
सकता हूँ मैं. जितना टाइम मिल रहा है उतने में तो कंटेंट क्रिएट कर
This
सकते हो
is
ना.
great. Middle Esports need this win. They need to take a cent for themselves
को
because
RD
Fracture is
बनेंगे.
going to be
Okay,
a
तो अभी
very
किधर हो?
wild one and you can't
Cafe
leave
को फिर?
anything up to chance.
Nice.
Such amazing
Party.
setups from Marzel.
Delhi
They
में रह
keep
के
running
party.
into his tripwires. Even the timing of JE's recon darts has been amazing so far. And every single time Aster Army
Delhi
are
hot is-
able to
oh,
ping
no.
people down through the smokes, they do find the frags.
हर्ष
But
कभी हम
still
लोग के against
not
RG की
around.
scrim करा दो.
Middle Esports continue to win. Aster Army have certain things that are working for them. The win conditions are established, but Middle Esports have
अरे
been
क्या miss कर रहा है
ignoring
भाई?
those and
मत कर.
literally running them down.
Crucial kill चाहिए तेरे first.
He misses the shot. Although Kohli, these shock darts, do they deal enough damage? No, they do not. Now you to evacuate the site.
अरे यार
3
marvel
seconds
loop.
on the clock. Aduka's position revealed. You cannot do much about this. Execute now. The player still backside is.
Ah, marvel loop.
He does not get detained somehow. He finds a pocket where he survives. Let's see if he's able to do any sort of damage. Easy. Plays that off angle perfectly. Although Martin
Kohli
and
है
Dobbs will
पीछे.
find a frag.
Kohli
And you never knew
इनको
Kohli
मालूम
was
नहीं है क्या गैप
backside.
छोड़ा इन्होंने?
It is all down to Kakarot suddenly, and a round which was looking like Medal were favored in turns on its head. Kakarot
Nice
in a
doctor,
1v3.
nice Marcel.
Yeah, this is nearly done and dusted. Spikes in an irrecoverable
कुछ तो
spot.
बताता हूँ.
If he had his ultimate, he probably could have yoinked it from
नहीं
the
finding
shadows.
scrims on YouTube.
But
Hello,
in this
Harsh, how
round,
are
there's
you?
really not much that he can do. Unless he can find
अरे
all
तुम्हें
these
hide
isolated
ना.
fights, which
जी,
is an
मैं उसको hide
impossibility.
करने वाली थी मैं.
There's no chance. Marzel just
Hello,
toying with
Pawan, how are you?
him. Closes the door on his face, and as soon as he runs
मेरा
out of
दोस्त को hide क्यों कर
bullets,
रही है भाई?
Doctor will deliver the killing blow.
इतनी
but
insecure हो
no,
गया?
दोस्त है इसलिए.
Kakarot somehow survives that.
कल पता है क्या हुआ? जैसे मेरे को पूछा
Everyone.
किसको सपोर्ट कर रही मैं हूँ. मैं कहा आरजी को. मेरा दोस्त है ना. तो कहती है हाँ. तो इसलिए मैं दूसरे टीम को कर रही हूँ.
नहीं मैंने
रहे हो?
बोला इसलिए मैं भी आरजी को सपोर्ट करी हूँ कि उसमें तुम्हारा दोस्त है.
तुमने बोला था
जाके
कि
सुन लो,
इसलिए
जाके
मैं
stream पे सुन
को-
लो
किसके
भाई.
अगेंस्ट था भाई?
Yeah.
आरजी
round
वर्सेस
this
क्या था?
was from
वीएलटी
Aster
हाँ
Army.
आरजी
Just
वर्सेस
one
वीएलटी. इसलिए
second
कहती
and all
हाँ
of
तो
them
मैं वीएलटी को
died.
सपोर्ट कर रही हूँ
Because
क्योंकि मेरा
then
दोस्त
he
है ना. तो
moved
इतनी
his
इनसिक्योर है ना
offhand
ये.
and as soon as Middle Esports have a blanket of
तो बेस्ट फ्रेंड
security
बना लेगी
बोला,
हर्ष को.
stripped away from
मैंने
them
बोला हाँ
by the
मैं भी
power
आरजी को
of
कर रही हूँ
Aster
क्योंकि उसमें
Army.
तुम्हारा दोस्त है.
हो गया थे.
These hands, they will need to be much more lethal, much more deadly in order to survive this
तो
map.
बोलने वाली बात है.
Middle
मतलब
Esports
आज
is
मैं
one away
फास्ट
from
टेक्स्ट
map
मूवी
point.
देखने जाने वाला. Let's
Have
go all.
all that they
मैं
need
क्या
to
करूँ?
कौन
finish
पूछा?
up this game. Except
बेचारा.
for
मैं पूछा रही मैं पूछा.
Force
सॉरी
They're
सॉरी.
hoping that they will get enough momentum.
भरने के लिए आदत है
No
भाई
KD
रोज रोज
setup,
यूट्यूब पे.
or no
Rose.
setup
Rose.
towards the backsides as well. So Middle
यार, ये
Esports
jokes
don't
नहीं हो
have
पाएंगे
anything in
अपने
case there's a backstab from Aster Army. But
अरे अरे कैसा मारा
strong enough.
किसी.
It's not. Aster Army just completely shut them down.
तुम फिर आगे हो मैं आऊँ मुक्का मार दूंगी मैं.
और देखो बस पीओवी देखो उसका. किसके पीओवी में मार्जिल के पीओवी में देखा किसी ने कैसे मारा है.
अच्छा पूरा 180 घूम
हाँ
गया.
ना 180 घूम के मारा है. सही है भाई एकदम मेरे से खेलता है.
He never got a chance to even fight.
तुम
But
भी
in a
जाओ मूवी
1v5
देखने भाई.
with just a spectre,
नहीं.
you cannot expect
लोनर है
much
वो.
from the guy.
अकेले जाएगी
And
अकेले
now,
पॉपकॉर्न लेके आएगी अकेले
Aster is
बैठेगी
in a
अपने गोदी में
very
रखेगी.
weird spot. This gun
तो
round
तुम
becomes
किसी और की गोदी में रखते हो
very
पॉपकॉर्न जब
important,
खाते हो.
of paramount importance.
हाँ, वो
And
मतलब
guess what?
किसी के साथ
Aster
जाता है तो
Army
किसी और की
are
गोदी में
even
होता है.
ahead in terms of ulti
तुम
economy.
तो अकेली हो
They have the
लोनर.
Micros Fury ready, they have
तो
the
अपनी गोदी में रखोगी.
Fury ready. Now, Fox can get one orb and get that null
नहीं
command
मेरा
for
पॉपकॉर्न है मैं
himself, and
अपने
I think
पास ही
on the
रखूंगी ना
back of
किसी और को
Popcorn.
क्यों दूं.
execute onto this A side.
पॉप
But look at the
पूरा मुंह
adaptation
फुला के
from
बोलने की
Marvel.
थोड़ी जरूरत. पॉपकॉर्न है तो. कैसे
कैसे
बोलती है भाई कुछ कुछ
क्या
चीजें भाई.
प्रॉब्लम है भाई
नशे हो
मुझसे?
जाते हैं भाई मेरे.
बोलना छोड़ दो क्या भाई.
पॉपकॉर्न.
ले
लेव हमसे थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द मेंबरशिप. तुम कब खेलोगे ऐसा क्यों? मैं रोज खेल रही हूँ हर्ष रोज. ये सब मैंने सिखाया है फॉक्स को.
रोज
रोज.
Ready to hit
रोज
them
क्यों
like a
खेल रहा
truck.
हूँ?
Just waiting for Metal Esports to walk into
अरे
that
मैं ये
choke, but
skin
they give
दिला
up
दो
on
ना
the
मुझे,
idea.
अरे
please.
नहीं
They
लेना
do
रे
make a lot
बाबा,
of
ये
damage
2 दिन
with
का
मुझे
the
स्किन
चाहिए,
है।
तुम्हें
rotation.
नहीं
नहीं
चाहिए
नहीं
मत
नहीं
लो।
Kohli has
नहीं
arrived on scene.
2 दिन
But
का
since
स्किन
Metal
है
Esports
बोल
are
रही हूँ
taking
मैं
their
मन
sweet time to hit B again,
दो
and
कैरेमल
because
पॉपकॉर्न
Kohli
लाट
hasn't
जाते मैं
really been
चुप
making all that much noise, Astrami should
यार
be able
नहीं
to figure
दिलाने का
out that
कैरेमल नहीं था
Metal
लेकिन
are
वो
peeling away from this site.
सॉल्टेड
Now
एंड
this is
चीज
also quite
पॉपकॉर्न मिक्स था।
interesting. You take a look at where
Yeah,
Mars is
look, we
playing
will
and
do
where his
popcorn,
utility
the
is.
fuck?
His tripwires are all the way on A.
पॉपकॉर्न
But
मतलब
he's
ऐसे मुंह
playing
फुला
on
गया
B.
पॉपकॉर्न
And in this
मतलब पता है
way,
भाई
even though
पॉपकॉर्न
the
है तो
null
मुंह
command
फुला
gets
गया नहीं
popped
बोले कि
and
और
the
तुमको
nice
पता
try,
लगेगा ऐसा नहीं है।
और a nice
और
try,
भाई
still active. But
और
भाई
the
तीसरा भी
Hunter
मारा है
is
उसने।
a triple piece.
और चौथा
That's
टैग किया है।
amazing.
सोवा
Yes, they'll be able
पांचवा
to
भी
get
टैग
Fox
किया
back
है।
up online, but
नहीं
Easy
रे।
and Tricky are
क्या
just
देख रही है?
brave.
अच्छा
Kakarot नहीं,
My
सोवा को तो
God,
किया
what
ये
a
टैग।
hunter's fury.
हाँ, सुबह को
It
किया।
it hit all 5, but wait, we've seen rounds
पर
like
ऐसे
these
throw
being
मत
fought
करना
out
फिर
from
यार।
Team Master, and once again the numbers
अच्छा
get
खेल के
equalized.
वही थ्रो करेगा क्या?
4 HP for Kakarot, 45 for Jay. Kishi
Nice
is
molly.
there inside. The molly will do damage,
I
but
guess
Jay
you were-
just runs over it. Now
नहीं नहीं
Aduka
नहीं
with that
नहीं नहीं नहीं
operator won't get anything because Kakarot finds his head. The drone will tag him and force him back. Aster there once again faltering. A 3v5 round and they find themselves
2v3
at a
हो गया भाई
2v3
free में।
situation. A post plant where the spike will also count as an enemy now.
अरे
पिटाई हो गई भाई।
अभी ये लोग थ्रो कर रहे हैं भाई।
They redeem themselves. Kishi gets a frag. Dogzer gets 1 to end up. Kakarot left with just 4. Gets 1. In a 1v1, Dogzer.
और लो तो रहे हो।
Exactly where the player
और
is.
नहीं था।
Gets the frag. Oh my god, was it too
अरे
close to
जमीन।
comfort.
किया भाई।
गुलाब जामुन।
I thought that the round was almost snatched away from Astro's hand.
भाई कोहली ने बहुत अच्छा खेला है राउंड पर।
yup,
थ्रो
yup.
कर दिया
Receiving
था।
grace, the
End
final
में पता नहीं
frag
जीत
flows
गए
their
कैसे।
way and once again medal. Deep
मेरे पास
down
है ये
in debt,
Phantom,
do
Wolf,
not
ID
have
लो।
enough money to get
मजाक
in
कर रही हूँ, नहीं
and
चाहिए।
get a purchase into this round, but what a hunter's fury from Kohli. It did all 5
Bro,
players.
क्यों किया रे
was able
बाबा?
to take down 3, but just because of the null command,
पूछ के आती हूँ।
Fox was brought back online.
ये राउंड
And
में क्या
suddenly
कंटेस्ट
Medal
चल रहा है
feels the
थ्रो करने
pressure,
का
call
पता
for a
नहीं भाई।
timeout.
That was indeed a very, very sweaty round. The Hunter's Fury indeed was brilliant. And yeah, this should have been enough to secure them the win, but it still came down to the wire. Aster Army just simply not letting go. And I really appreciate the setup that they've gone for over here. I was about to point out before that Hunter's Fury was popped that Marzil is placing his tripwires on the other side and playing somewhere else, and this is because there is a KO on the other side as well, you know. In case Marzil gets suppressed, his tripwires will still be active towards the other side of the map. And that's exactly why you have varying utility
हाँ,
places,
पानी है।
especially when you have a site.
हैकर के देख के मेरे को बोल रही हो क्या? पानी पी।
Unlike
चलो
the
चलो।
Killjoy, where you're
पानी
forced to
पीते।
stay along with your utility, the
मैं
sniper has
ही
all
नहीं
that
भाई।
much wiggle
लेके आना
room. So
पड़ेगा।
that's why Astrami are playing in such a spread out fashion.
तुम
And
लोग का
they're
break
able to
चालू है? नहीं, नहीं।
intercept Metal
हम
Esports
लोग
before their
actually-
hits arrive.
मफिन को कुछ काम
Metal
था
had
तो
quite
डेली
an
गई और
advantage
मैं
going
बहुत
into
दिनों
this
से घर पे
game,
नहीं आई
but
थी।
now
अभी ओपन
advantage
चालू हो जाएगा ना
His
30 से।
moral is gone.
तो इसलिए
And
थोड़ा
Astrami have
घर
caught
पे
up.
सबसे मिलने में तो आई।
वापस जाने वाले
बाकी
boot
बाकी
camp पे
तीनों हाँ है बूट कैंप पे ही।
Indeed, they have.
प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं घर से ही।
And look at the
घर
buy.
पे नहीं आए
There's
यार बहुत
still
दिनों से
a
मम्मी
couple
पापा भी
of
याद कर रहे थे तो
specters
घर
and
पे
a
आई।
couple of cherries. That's
ये
what
तो
they
चोंडू
have.
को काम गई है।
They are setting up Aduka in a position where they just
और
can
rip
leave
सोवा
it,
तुम हो।
get rid of the A shot
Are
player
you
by
sure?
closing the door, and he just has to survive Aduka. The owl drone won't be able to clear his
इसने वाइंस
position.
किए।
और
Kishi
बाप
is
रे
the
उसने
one
भी
they
विश करे
score
भाई अडू का मत
for
मिस
the
कर
Aduka.
भाई।
भाई मत
Takes a
करना
shot,
भाई,
misses
अभी
it,
तो
and
भाई तेरे को
it
चमकना है
instantly
साढ़े।
falls back. Now tricky.
Nice,
first
nice
tap.
dog sir.
Dogs are just
Nice
in the
dog
exact
sir.
position. He's able to get 3.
Nice
All
Marzil।
the players that
भाई
were
देखा
not in through
मेरा
the
दोस्त
shot
है
down.
इसलिए वो एस्टर को सपोर्ट
And
कर रही
that
है।
is a shutdown if I've seen
अरे
one.
नहीं भाई मेरे को एस्टर का
Yeah,
लाइनअप
Dogs are shutting the door
supportable
in their
लगा तो मैं support
faces.
कर-
Supportable?
Astrami catching right back up.
सपोर्टेबल
Metal
क्या
Esports
लगा?
have been
लाइनअप
stopped in
सपोर्टेबल
their
लगा
tracks.
मतलब?
All these force spies
कैसा लाइनअप
simply not
सपोर्टेबल
helping
है?
them
सोवा का
at all.
लाइनअप
भाई इसमें
जाने माने कौन
And
सा
now
जाने
with
माना
a
नाम है?
broken economy and broken hearts,
मार्जिल
they
लाडू
will
का
be
कोहली।
forced to deal with the 11-11
तो
equalization.
तुमने कभी
और इन लोगों के
तो
अगेंस्ट
तुमने
Both
कभी
teams are
ट्रिकी
level.
फॉक्स और
And
इजी नहीं
Metal
सुना?
Esports started
सुना है
off
ना,
this
उनके
game
against
on
तो
the
अभी
front foot,
scrim
but
किया था।
now
हाँ, हाँ।
Astrami
तो
have
कभी
caught
सुना
up
भी
with
नहीं
them.
उसके पहले?
सुना
They're
है
just
ना।
hoping that
हाँ,
the
तो?
AWP in the hands of Aduka will be enough to carry them across the finish line. Meanwhile, Metal
बोल ना बोल।
Esports will go for the split pushes yet
क्या
again.
है भाई कुछ
Spike
नहीं बोल
outside
रही हूँ
of
मैं
A
किसी
main,
को, सब अच्छी
and they
टीम
look
है
to
पर मेरे
burst
को
out of
एस्टर
B
आदमी
late.
चाहिए जीतती हुई अभी।
Although they
हाँ,
are
क्योंकि
aware
उधर
about
मेरा दोस्त है
Aduka's
ना,
op, so they
मिडिल
will
में।
take their sweet time peeking
अडू
out
का
mid.
मिस करने
They're
वाले रे
hoping
बाबा
for
अरे
a bit,
वापस
but
तो
Aduka
मिस
was
करते
brave
रहता है
enough
भाई।
can
ये
peek
muffle
once
loop है
more.
भाई
At
नहीं
least
muffle
Kishi's
loop
able to
crucial
spam down and get this frag onto Tricky.
नहीं.
That's the danger man out of the
बोल
नहीं
equation.
ये muffle
ओके
He started off,
तो
off the
आडू का
round
भी
with
नहीं
a
है
headshot on Tricky through the smoke
Godlike
that
किधर?
time, and he's able to even finish off the frag. So that's something great achieved from
You
Team
call
Aston Army in the very early stages of the round. Now the smoke won't matter a lot because JE has already crossed it, and even Aston
ऑफर
has
इधर क्यों नहीं
information.
बुलाया
So
भाई ये
Doxer
लोग ने
will
उधर?
just re-smoke
हाँ ना
A
मिड के
main,
बाद यही आना
try
चाहिए था
to
ऊपर
try to
से
create that fear in the
नाइस
minds of
डॉक्टर
Team
Okay.
Metal, and as soon as they hit the trip,
अरे
Doxer hits his left
Nice
click and
bro.
is able to find another frag. Margil will take care of Easy, was trying to
ये
sneak
लोग भी
into
क्या
a
कर रहे हैं भाई
shot,
आके
and then Doxer gets
मेडल
another.
वाले
Nice.
Kakarot though,
अरे
turning
nice.
it
Woo!
against.
Oh
Is
my
he
गया।
going
अरे।
the second two? Wait. Oh, never mind.
भाई,
Very
क्या मारा
anticlimactic
Kakarot
finish to
ने?
the round because Kohli just closes it out with a shock dart. And Kishi won't be brought back into the round.
हेलो
But hey,
नंदन फर्स्ट मैच
money
कब
is
है
not the
ओपन का?
problem for Astar
30
Army. And medal once again broke in terms of economy.
Exactly, dude. I mean, Metal had such a good economy going for them with that 4-round win streak in rounds 15 to 18. But after that, Asrami have been just completely running them down. They have a win streak of their own.
Keep up.
The members of Metal Esports keep getting caught on the tripwires of Marzel, which are always changing positions, and that nets them so many frags.
Yep.
And the only person who was able to get past those
आडू का चल
tripwires
दिखा दे अभी
was Kakarot because he double TP'd his way across the
Bye.
hell.
दिखा दे
And yes, he got quite a lot of frags
You got
from that
this.
position, but the shock dart in the end put his shenanigans to
अरे भाई मत कर रहे।
He did not shoot.
Did
He
it
thought he
not
clicked,
shoot
but he
at
did not.
all?
That's-
Yeah,
that's
that
No, he
the
did
happens.
not.
moment.
That
happens a
happens
lot.
sometimes. But look at the position of
हेलो assassin
Kohli.
over you
I'm sorry, not Kohli.
भाई
The
बिल्कुल
First
परफॉर्म
match
नहीं
नहीं
कर
होगा
रहे।
He's
stream group
already
stages
deep
stream
down
नहीं
over
होते
here. I
playoff
don't think
stream
Metal
होते
Esports
खाली
will realize this.
playoffs
Do you even clear this angle, Kakarot? I don't think so. You're not looking
Oh!
What?
बम
Is she?
बम बम।
Was he looking at the mini map? I think he
किसी
was
सो
looking
गया
at the
एम
mini map
लगा
because the
के।
lockdown just
Good
got
night.
placed and exactly got
वो लोग
Ulti
अल्टू
event वाली
मस्त लगाया भाई मस्त लगाया।
medal are
सिखाते अपने Killjoy को
on the back of it, but then there is a lot of
अरे अरे
competition that we need to clear.
क्यों भाई ट्रिप पे फंस के पीछे चला गया।
Sitting under it.
अरे
Nice भाई डॉक्टर गॉड है भाई
अरे भाई मत करो यार मेमडल।
Another 2K. Although Aduka today hasn't been very accurate with it.
अरे डॉक्टर गॉड है भाई
And Doxer,
चाहिए ही नहीं भाई
even through the
अडूका
smoke spams the player out.
मारो भाई
He is
मेमडल।
stuck under heaven, but the support has
चल
arrived.
भाई इजी।
So many shots the players are spamming
चकते
through.
फटते।
Doxer still wants
चक
to-
चक।
अरे नाइस डॉक्टर
Just fakes out Jay.
Nice.
He does not have any idea what
निकाल
is
भाई,
happening
1v2,
around
1v2,
him.
1v2.
And it's all down to
1v2.
Easy
12
to
seconds
save the line.
nice.
13
आजा।
seconds on the clock.
मार्जिल और
He
कोहली
makes
है
it
भाई,
onto
मार
the
देंगे।
spike. Will he be able to get the spike? But the plant hasn't even come in. You
अल्लाह
need
बॉट
to
लगा
just
दे।
throw one
नहीं।
player to run him
मत
down.
लगा।
The spike goes down.
और
नाइस इजी।
But
लो है भाई
Easy
कोहली
gets the healthy player.
और
Kohli and he shuts him down.
नाइस
What a 2v1 clutch coming in from Easy. And he
मजा आ गया,
takes
मुझे पता था
Aston Martin
Easy
back
निकालेगा।
into the game. Pushes out
भाई
to
डॉक्टर ने
overtime.
4 मारे में
What a round was this? Such heroic
इसने भी 4 मारे, वो नहीं
performances
दिखा
from
तुम्हें?
both the sides.
दिखा भाई दिखा
Doxer
हाँ,
was
बताओ इसको, डॉक्टर
surviving
चौड़ मोड़ में
way
हो।
longer than he was supposed to. The first double kill was
fuck me,
amazing,
oh.
but then he makes a TP
Where does your
across to
eyes
dodge
flash in
the
dark
lockdown
like a
as
cat?
well
No.
as
हेलो
the
आशे what's up
fragments,
Sadly.
and then a fake TP once again to bamboozle JE. That wasn't supposed to happen. And while I say
Damn.
all of that, Easy also
चिल्ला
wasn't
मत,
supposed
sorry,
to
sorry.
get so many frags. He was
Puppy,
already very
तेरे
low
को
on
डर लग गया?
HP. So this should have been an easy
Hey.
shutdown for the team over here.
पप्पी
But
के
no,
बिहाफ पे आंसर कर रही हूँ
instead we go into overtime. A quad kill from both these players keeps the game competitive, and it gives us the first overtime. This might not be the last one.
भाई ऐसी बहुत मारता है भाई
Medal though, the adjustment over here, they have again got tricky out
और
with
nice
an
tricky
operator and Doxer. Peaks without utility and that's
भाई झूठ नहीं बोलूंगी लेकिन
Medal
जेड
play-
डिफ हो रहा है।
now Astra playing without
Even though
smokes for the
ट्रिकी
entire
इतना वो नहीं
round,
कर
they
रहा
do
होगा,
not have
टॉप
smokes
फ्रैग
only
वॉफ फ्रैग नहीं कर
executed
रहा होगा,
their
लेकिन
side.
फर्स्ट पिक्स तो
We just hope Medal give these
ला रहा
individual
है।
duels
अडू
to
का
and they're
बॉट
able to
डुबा रहा है
win
भाई
the
ऑप
round.
से, पता नहीं क्यों।
That operator
कोई
from
नहीं गेम नहीं होगा
Aduka has
उसका
also been
नेक्स्ट मैप पे
noted
मारेगा
down.
आडू का भी
And Astra are looking to push in through a shot this time. A smoke in their face. They still have Kohli available with the drone.
अभी भी
So he
राउंड्स हैं
can make
क्रूशियल
this
राउंड्स है
happen,
मार सकता है
although
आडू का
they
भी
have
tricky से।
decided to wait
तुम
it
तो
out.
चाहती हो।
Tricky has got
अरे
himself
भाई
out
कोई
to
भी
A
जीते
main,
भाई
so this position will
मेरा
also be
दोस्त
very
नहीं
क्या
important.
जिताना
थोड़ी
तुम्हें।
बैठे टीम में भाई
मेरा
He's got
दोस्त नहीं
everything
जिताना
locked
तुम्हें।
out. Now Kohli is
Hello.
will it catch rotation though? The
Clinical
recall gives away
discipline.
Kohli's position.
गया।
अरे
Now
नाइस
Medal,
ट्रिकी
they just have the perfect read. They have all the three players
Side पे
suppressed.
ना
Marzel
ऊपर।
has been taken care of. And the
Oh, nice.
split which had
अरे।
to come gets that frag onto Kakarot, so they can still pivot out from A
Uh-oh.
heaven. So let's see, Tricky is in a tough spot.
Nice,
He
Aduka.
still is able to get, Jay is able to
28
get a
seconds.
frag. Aduka gets that trade onto Jay. But
अरे
operator needs to find
बाप रे,
something.
Tricky
Kohli,
तो
a
गए.
frag to his name.
अरे
The
nice
Ops
रे
not
Aduka.
shooting, and Aduka gets another
भाई
flag.
कन्वर्ट कर दिया लोग ने.
Now Aster are pulling out a
ये लोग heaven
3v5.
गए ना
What
भाई.
is this game?
अरे इसको एम रखना था रे
It
ट्रिकी
goes
को
back
सिर्फ
and
हेवन
forth.
पे.
It's like a roller coaster that just refuses to
ओएमएन वाला
stop.
रिपोजिशन कर रहा
Easy.
था
Once
ना.
again put in a 1v2. He pulled off the clutch to give this game a first overtime, and he might just do it once again. He picked up to find a Duka, and they both line up for him. Easy with the clutches again and again and again. Two 1v2s in a row.
लकी बोल सकते हैं इसको.
Game is
ये वाले को
far
लकी
from
बोल
over.
सकते हैं.
फिर भी भाई
But
जिस
नहीं,
round
अडुका
में
का-
मारा है,
What a round.
जिस राउंड में
हाँ.
मारा है
was
इसने
such
लकी
a
नहीं है
roller
भाई
coaster.
वो.
अडुका ने करने की
I
जरूरत
mean,
नहीं
at
थी.
one
ऐसा वो
point
भी.
when Tricky was able to get that first frag, we thought that this will be dangerous. They don't have any smokes left. And then
लो था ना.
Asarami just
देखो यहाँ
continue
कोहली
running
ने
it
वेट
down
करा दूसरे
heaven.
जंप का.
They don't
कोहली
go
ने pick नहीं
directly
करा.
in via the doorway after it's been shut in
कूदने
their
के बाद.
faces by the KO. They use the fragment somehow to boil him out of that position and get the frag as well, but they don't
Jump
break the
करते
door
time.
down. Instead, they go all the way up towards heaven, and that pressurizes Metal Esports so much. But then once
Aduka भी दिखा
again,
दे.
Easy just drops towards Jenny,
Yes.
and the
मार दे
1v2
भाई
is
अभी तो.
complete.
चलो.
He might just finish
गए
this
हो.
round over here, but the Duka has been
अरे
spotted.
गया रे,
Barely
गया
escaped
गया.
his life, but since he's
भैया.
being pinged by
Recon
the
ने तोड़ा रे
recon,
इसका.
he can get wall banged to death. How is he alive right now? Somehow in the Matrix he
गाली कर रहा
escapes,
होगा तो.
and he will live to fight another day.
Now, the early mid control that they wanted to establish is there's how do they approach into this round? A is certainly weak for Team Aster Army.
Line
Where you
दिलाती
just have
कैसे?
two players.
वो ड्रोन
standing.
करके लोग मिट्टो भी गए ना अभी.
Has been having a great
सीन हो
day till
जाएगा
now.
इनका.
हाँ
Let's see if
भाई.
this hit comes in,
मेडल
if they're
भाई
able
मैच
to
जीत जाएंगे.
convert on the back of it or not.
जाओ बिट्टू
Now you
जाओ.
have three
Look.
players on side. No one is
Bro,
able to
भी
do
जाओ
that.
रे,
That is
उन
something
लोग को
I'm
पता है
concerned
तुम
about.
लोग
The
इधर जा
players
रहे हो.
who just have
स्टैक
to
है,
flood
स्टैक
finish
है.
able to
पर आ
get
चुका
anything
है.
else
रे
from
रे
the
रे.
disaster. Fox, who does not check and that's
But
just fine.
मारा
Tricky
इसने.
go inside is able to get two, not the third.
Nice.
Because Kohli is able to find a refrag. Easy though, gets rid of Kishi
और-
on the main. And Kakarot is not accounted for. Is this it or do we have some more clutches left? Can Marzel put this back
निकाल दे
into
भाई Marzel.
contention with the 1v3? Let's find out.
30 seconds left.
Martin has been playing really well so far. His trip-wise have been amazing. But the one round where he isn't present on the ace side is the one where
Ah,
he's
yeah,
happier.
cameraman.
The Cybercage drops at the most inopportune
Yeah.
moment, and so does his body to the ground.
Holy bullet.
Metal Esports win the first
NT
map.
Astra Gaming.
अरे भाई मजा आ गया भाई. इजी क्लचिंग क्लचिंग करके.
भाई
ऐसी ने बहुत अच्छा खेला ये मैप.
Yup, yup.
He was put in in a 1v2 clutch 2 times and he came out victorious.
बट ट्रिकी तो बहुत लंबा है, तो ट्रिप कैसे डॉज करता वो वाला.
पूछ क्या? अबे उठ जाओ कुर्सियों से तुम लोग भी.
ये देखो मेरा दोस्त लेफ्ट में. देखो जरा.
हाँ.
देख रहे हो ना. जीता अभी एक मैप.
What a game
The
indeed.
fuck,
Where
man?
he comes from. Easy,
No,
man.
no.
This guy just keeps giving
इधर
us
एक
so
second.
many
ये
rounds.
अभी ठीक हो गया क्या मेरा
Just
डिस्प्ले?
witnessing all of these 1v2s coming to life. We'll discuss all of this.
अबे
in
ठीक हो
this
गया,
next
ये क्या
segment,
scene
so
है?
don't go anywhere.
Hello?
But we'll have the second map as well.
गाइस मेरा भी ब्रेक है. अबे ओ हरीश बताओ तुम्हें. मेरे से सीख के आते हैं लोग, ठीक है ना. पूछा है कभी इजी से कैसे करता है क्लच?
सुसु ब्रेक है क्या मैं?
नहीं नहीं, इधर ही. एक बार ये ना पूछ के आना इजी से.
चल चल जा.
वीडियो. हाँ कृतेश वाह. बाकी कोई लौंडा नहीं दिखा ना तुम्हें पूरे वीडियो में? यहाँ के स्ट्रीम देख के पता लगता है गेम में क्या नहीं है. एक्सक्यूज मी.
मैं तो नहीं सकती.
आई जरा मैं एक सेकंड रुको. काश वो भी क्या रे.
नहीं हाँ ये कर लो जीतने हुए मेडल को ट्रॉफी देंगे या मेडल देंगे वाह कर दी ना मफलूप वाली बात गेम चालू हो तो बताना ना गाइस No man. No reaction time. Marvel loop. Reset नहीं हो रहा यार ये
मैं मस्त अपने लिए आइकिम लाई हूँ
आइकिम
चॉकलेट वाली हेल रेंजर वाली सुना
कौन सी वाली
हेल रेंजर वाली
वो वाली कहाँ से ले आए
यहाँ पे मिल रही थी ऑर्डर कर ली
नहीं ना
गेम्स
The fuck
क्या हुआ
डीएम करोगे इसके बाद
आइकिम खाड़ी हूँ मैं
खाओ मोटू
Paranoia
कल का
and
देखते
Velocity will be an
ये
execute
लोग का भी
demon.
एंटी वर्सेस
Reckoning, on the other hand, will like to take things slowly and steadily with the double controller setup. But Deathmaker starts off things with a bang. Right off the bat, we have a nice headshot from him, while Reckoning were trying to make contact
नहीं
with
नहीं नहीं
speed.
नहीं 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 पैनिक शूटिंग
See though, they slowly just fade back velocity. They get the numbers, they fade back. And now even Hellas has that information that there is someone C main. Both these teams are fighting for the B and C sides respectively. But I think at the end it is going to be a C hit for Team Reckoning. All of the players are just grouping up together outside C, waiting for the smoke to fade and then the execute will start. You do not have the wall, neither do you have the Viper wall to invest.
ओ
So
फक
that is
वो
something
भी
you
वाइट
need to
स्ट्रीम कर रहा
consider.
था
How will you
वेट करना
take care
चाहिए था
about the choke points? And you have two players defending this side. So let's see Reckoning. What do they have in mind?
At least Velocity's Cypher setup is not anywhere towards the seaside, so if Harsh is able to throw out these flashes and hopefully bait out a rotation, it will be great. But Velocity are not gonna bite this bait. Now they've been spotted. Paranoia at the ready. As soon as Excali makes contact, the Paranoia will be sent through, but Excali has already been executed.
Oh, man.
And it's all down to Hellfighter. Backup has arrived in form of Deathmaker over here. And even though he started off this round brilliantly, he can't follow up against Flabin's firepower.
Flanker सुनता है.
has also been spotted down. Both the players could just walk out, but no. The spam connects. LFL Amaterasu are able to get one each, but Voya
Wow.
with a 3K and then Harsh trading him out.
Nice shot.
Reckoning, yes, they lose the first player, but they are the ones who come out as the victors in the round.
Voya, what a sharp shot. He turns around 90 degrees to shoot the other guy in the head coming out from halls. And then instantly snaps back to the guy in waterfall. How on earth do you pull that off? That's just mechanical supremacy from Voya. And good follow-up from Harsh as well. Reckoning Esports win a 4v5 even though they lost one of their major players early on.
What a recovery. What a recovery. Voya just steps up and says, yeah, Deadly, I get it. There was a lucky shot that DM connected on you. Yeah, maybe I'll get 3 of my own. That's how we win the
मेरे
round.
को feeling आ रहा
And now
है मैं
this,
2 दिन में
this round
diamond
shouldn't be
होने
a
वाला
problem.
हूँ.
You only have one
Feeling
upgraded
तो मुझे
pistol
भी
that
आया था
to
2 साल पहले.
Deathmaker with just a
अरे
ghost.
नहीं होने वाली. हुई क्या मैं?
It's not really a big threat.
नहीं होगा थोड़ा.
But yeah,
बस
just be wary about it.
अच्छा हो
Just
जाएगा.
let's make
Sorry.
sure that you're able to execute onto the site properly.
क्या पता वो
Deadly
Immortal
really
से
is first
diamond
one to
बोलने
take
जा
on
रहा हूँ.
that, and there goes the ghost. Reckoning
Cracks four
should
five
have this round
Oh.
easy peasy.
Yep, he is indeed making it look easy. A tiny gap above the high
Okay.
tide and Amaterasu tries to exploit
नहीं
it.
होगा तो.
But Deadly is farming.
Sorry,
Scally
Pratt.
finally stops him, but
मर
not
दिया.
before he takes much more damage than he can
दोनों ने मिलके
anytime
मर
heal
दिया.
up.
I like it.
And Doma's just waiting for his death. Swift
देखा क्यों बोला
release of
मैंने ये
death,
सब?
but he at least grabs the
क्यों आया मैं यहाँ पे?
सच
Voya
में डेंजर
to
वाली खा
instantly
रहे हो
deny
ना?
once again and
हाँ.
Reckoning keep it clean.
सच
Only
में?
losing 2 guns in the
मेरे
process.
बिना.
Not even 2. One
What
on
up, sorry.
Voya was just playing on a ghost, so he.
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
have the
so
spectre,
just
so
one
that's
gun in the process.
Just one gun lost, exactly.
GG.
Not a big thing at all. And now you just invest into the rifle for sure. Hoya goes in with the Vandal for himself, and that will be the rifle that around which Team Reckoning will like to play. That's a great investment to have, and it could have been a quick B hit
bye.
considering the lower weapons that you have. But I think it'll be a basic default where Trist will throw the wiper wall out here maybe, and then try. Okay, it's a wiper wall towards the C side, and it is an execute towards the C side as well. And none of the players of Velocity are here to receive except for Doma. So Doma will be challenged out heavily, and he goes
Whoa.
down. What? No
Okay,
frags to
then.
his name, and Deadly says Tata bye bye to him.
Dashing into the cloudburst. Doma even saw it coming. He knew that Deadly would avoid the tripwires, but he positioned himself in the cloudburst simply to stop him in his tracks, and that doesn't happen. Deadly now has a gun. More importantly, they've got the sight, and Velocity don't have too much to retake with. Yes, Excali has one flash and Amaterasu has one too, but the crossfires of Reckoning are just too strong for the moment.
अब जाके दिखाना पड़ेगा
Look at
Pratt.
this, look
Yup,
at
yup.
this. They are just wasting time.
They use
They
it
are
up
throwing
Pratt.
util.
Diamond
Now
immortal.
Flamin has been moved away from the angle, but the spike has been crowded for spam position, and Boya and Harsh are making things work. There's another flag. It's Scally. He will just die to Trist's Molly. Again, Reckoning. They find that first frag. They find that very crucial.
मैच चालू हो तो बताओ मैं.
अरे मुझे नहीं पता भाई. दूसरा मैप खोल के बैठे हैं. रुको एक सेकंड.
They are able to exploit it. They are able to get into the side and get the third round for themselves.
नया
My
टाइम है.
goodness, this is quite a massacre from Reckoning Esports. Velocity threw everything at them, but tried to get the jump on Zangle.
Yep.
And as soon as they tried to take control of Bend, Velocity Gaming end up losing a lot of their players. But Reckoning just fall
Nahin,
back,
nahin.
and then Trist Smalley burns everybody out. Once again,
घुस
Reckoning
जाओ
Esports
भाई अकेला
not
है.
hesitating to go to its C at all. They use the cascade, take control of Mound, and even the ultimate
Nice
orbs
shot.
taken. Velocity will place the dark cover just to hold them back for the time being, but Velocity now are just starting to rotate when Reckoning are peeling away from this area. Velocity need to play a bit more aggressively in order to gather information. The only person who can actually gather information on this team is Excali with his flashes, and yes, he will throw out a guiding light from B, which will blind Trist for the time being. And this means Velocity still have no actionable information. They've seen Reckoning hit C, they have a cascade on A, and the flash confirm presence on B, so Velocity think they're all over the map.
Nice रे.
That's the power of double controller. That's how you work with it. And finally, I see a team who knows how to play the composition that they have. And now finally,
Hey,
the
bhai,
second
mar
round
ja.
to the C side. The flash
You?
is great, but no one executes on the back of it. They are waiting for these one-way cages to go away. Or even better, they pivot towards that B side. They will find a little bit of resistance over here because there are two players who can put an harm to their execute.
वापस दरवाजा
Shots
खोलो
are
और
not landing
वापस
at
से.
all. And Deadly does one better. He gets one with a shorty. Poya will trade out a player.
Spike planted.
That should be it. Velocity locked out of the site and should be locked out of the round.
Unless they keep giving away guns to Doma like this. Now Doma has the neural theft as well, so he should be able to figure out the positions of all these players. But even with the neural theft thrown and positions revealed, he can't break this crossfire. Unless Reckoning do something to help them break it. Matras is just hoping to buy some distraction, buy some time, and Doma's been stunned by his own teammate.
अरे यार ये मार देता
Oh, this
शायद
is a
दोनों को.
disaster. At least he doesn't get
Oh,
killed.
मार
But
दिया.
he sprays them both down. What a recovery
चलो.
from the Cypher. Doma stepping up when it's absolutely required.
Clutch.
Now the double
Hello,
peek
Arun,
was-
what's up? How are
was
you?
a good attempt, but it was unnecessary. The player did not tap the spike. And they fall for it. The double peek comes in. Doma cleans up both. And Velocity, they win a round they had no business winning. An eco round where Doma's the hero gets a 4K and puts Team Velocity back in contention. Reckoning won't have a problem buying into this round, but Velocity will just say thank you to Doma right now because he is the saving grace in that round.
Not a good swing.
And I really thought that would be a problem. As soon as he got stunned by Amatras's fault line, I thought he was done for. But he manages to clear out the right corner. And Amaterasu
Fuck, man.
made the other two people playing on B upper to peel away. That's what broke the crossfire. Amaterasu basically took the
यहाँ
bait
पे
upon
डायमंड आ
himself
गया
and set
तो
up Doma
क्या
for
करोगी?
success. But I would still say
मैं पे
Reckoning
डायमंड आ
did
जाऊँ
no
तुम्हारे
wrong.
साथ क्यों करना?
Doma just got super lucky in that one. Plus, mechanical prowess coming into play. This time though,
पूरे
Reckoning
डेथ में कर भी
Esports
खेल
hold
रहा है
nothing back. They invest the Reckoning, pun intended. Flabin uses the ultimate to clear out rubble at the very least. But Velocity have still rotated 3 players over towards the A site. Psych! They're not going A at all. In fact, they break the door down and they hit B once more.
I must wait a moment.
Doma this time around with the camera can just spot, give information, but cannot do much about it. Although still, Reckoning is not committing on the back of it. They are making noise. They still want the players of Team Velocity to over-rotate. But with this Trailblazer, it will all be clear. Now they'll know that this is an A-side hit. Let's see what can Deathmaker do. Nothing
थोड़ा
till
सा
now
अजीब था,
and then
but
gets
बहुत
picked
किया.
up too. So Deadly and Flamin, perfect entries into this side.
30 seconds
Amaterasu
left.
trying to get a spam frag left and right, but that won't happen. Also, Excali just pushes off, gets one, even gets the
Whoa,
Flamin there.
Last
Now
player
time is
standing.
something you'll
Deadly
need to be
Den.
concerned about when Amaterasu falls without a frag. Doma, it's all on him once
I'm
again.
off in.
In a 1v2, the Molly is asked
Deadly
to
Den.
him in a very uncomfortable spot.
क्या कह रहे हो?
And he pushes out. Does not
Deadly
get
Den.
the angle. Harsh will clean
Deadly
him
Den.
up. And Reckoning gets their food.
Jeez, when Reckoning decided
Ten
to
क्या है
take a
भाई?
little pause over there inside of B lane,
Then Lionel
they
Messi
baited out
वाला
so
10
much
है
utility
शायद.
from
उसका
Velocity.
jersey number
Excali
10
barely had any
उसका.
flashes left. He had just one. Amaterasu was not in the position to
चालू
use
होगा
his
game.
own flashes on time.
हो गया क्या?
And then even the smokes
कर
from
रही हूँ.
Hellfighter,
नहीं,
which
नहीं.
was being used to just keep
Not
Reckoning
चालू.
at bay, were already deployed.
Okay.
Doma had to just
मैं पानी
use
लेके
his
आई
spy
second.
cam as much as possible to
screen तो
figure
करो
out
भाई.
whether they're actually committing towards B or not. So this really puts Velocity in a
अरे
limbo
इसके
of
बाल
sorts.
अच्छे हैं भाई.
Now, this round would have been much more simple for Reckoning if it wasn't for Excali's heroics.
भर रहा है भाई
He
किसको?
decided to just give up his own life and dive right into the site, hoping to deny the plant. But even then, the plant was denied. Reckoning, man, like, what can I say? In practice, it's more gaps while crossing shots so well, solving the questions for you. So, at this point, Velocity really are running out of options. And also running out of money.
It is again another C piece where you still have players watching flank, but this is very necessary for Team Velocity to continuously do. They need to push, they need to flank one of these players so that they are able to catch him off guard, and there we go. LF, yes, reduced to just 8 HP by Doma, but no one is able to take the advantage. Flamin gets Excali's head, but Doma is finally able to put Deadly 10 to rest. That is a very necessary frag achieved, and now Flamin
Yep.
will get the spike down too. Again on the very spammable angle. Velocity, the retake is going to be tough with Doma. Has just a sheriff for himself.
Yeah, but at least Deathmaker and Hellfighter have the bigger weapons. I'm assuming Hellfighter might just pass his weapon over towards Doma, but never mind. He's just gonna die
Player
instantly.
standing.
And
My ult's
Doma too has no say in this round. Deathmaker has the showstopper, so if he tries to use it now, he might just get them both. At least he will definitely get Flabbin, who's faking his presence. He uses the high tide to fake the fact that he has fallen back, but it just really just
Medley was dancing inside. Gets taken velocity. You in there. As soon as Doma calls that the players are executing into the side, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I mean, velocity. They do not find the round. This time around, they'll have weapons to work with, and they are trying to fight for a rubble. But
What a
then
nice
again,
play.
squad try to reload. My God, Trist is a rat, and I just love seeing him.
Exactly, dude. Last time Triss was pushed down by 3 players on a main. And this time he uses his Poison Cloud to surprise at least one of them. Deadly picks up the base. High Tide has been deployed. He destroys the camera. But he better hope he doesn't get spammed down. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. That maker kills him without even seeing him. Hey, at least it's back to a 4v4. Hellfire
अरे वो
Dead
देखो कहाँ
doesn't
creep in करके
really
गया है.
stop velocity. They even have the right read. They can
अरे
hear the
expect नहीं
footsteps
कर.
and velocity are positioned correctly. But Excali tries to peek ahead,
चालू हो गया
and
game
Boya
में
takes his
now.
head
नहीं
off.
नहीं.
He did not
Doma
know
also
Boya
won't
was
be able to
elbow.
do much.
And that should
अरे
be- Yup, Boya gets the second
कैसा
kill.
अजीब सा खेल रहे हैं
He
भाई ये लोग.
snuck into elbow.
What happened in this round?
Without even seeing. You better hope
Where
he
is
did.
Cypher का setup?
High Tide has been deployed.
साइफर क्यों
One of
रोटेट
them.
कर रहा है?
Deadly
बी
picks
पे
up the
कैमरा
base.
है, कैमरा
High Tide
टूटा.
has been deployed. He destroys the
कैमरा
camera.
टूटा तो भाई आ गया
But you
इधर.
better hope he doesn't get spammed. Base. High Tide has been deployed. He destroys the camera.
Okay.
But he better hope he doesn't get spammed down. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. That maker.
क्यों ही छोड़ेगा
But
डोमासी?
he better hope he doesn't get
इतना वो डोर
High
है.
Tide has been deployed. He destroys the camera. But he
डोर
better
खोल
hope he
के
doesn't
सीधी
get
आ
spammed
सकते
down.
कभी
Yeah,
भी.
that's exactly what happens. That maker kills him without even seeing him. Hey, at least it's back to a 4v4. Hellfire Dead doesn't
भाई
really
मैप
stop
अवेयरनेस ही नहीं था.
velocity.
घूम के ऑलरेडी क्रॉस
They
किया.
even have the right read. They can hear the footsteps and velocity are positioned correctly. But Excali tries to peek ahead, and Boya takes his head off.
He did not
Doma
know
also
Boya
won't
was
be able to
elbow.
do much.
That should be the round, yup. Boya gets the second too. He also,
The hell
I
man.
think because Amaterasu had the Rolling Thunder and Showstopper for death made this round. One,
Indeed. Reckoning the side by hit.
अरे nice shot.
So far, the from Zero and Roma, which enabled them to quit the first round on board. Otherwise, they would still be sitting at 0 and Reckoning would be at 7. Down to Sheriff's Inspectors once again. Hellfighter doing whatever he can do best. He's just using the Dark Sword to hold them back. Deadly 10 like an absolute Chad.
Nice.
Dry peeks out of that smoke and
सी पे
hold
कहाँ
them
मारा?
back. Deadly 10.
Boya gets that frag. And you will get Rico for Villa. The weapons with which is still in possession of a Spectre to work with. I don't know how much will it be able to help him down. The comb perfectly set up to make sure
Too
that
nice
he does
shot.
not die. Get out.
Spike
And now
planted.
Push from Excali. Silver lining over here. Doma is personally doing
चालू हो
whatever
गया
he
गेम. अरे
can
गेम
to
चालू हो गया.
counter Deadly.
What matters is the round victory, and that is what they've got.
Yeah, Astrami just tried
Map-
to play along
ए
with the
मैप चालू हो
timing.
गया.
They were intending to go
हाँ, और देखो कौन सा
towards
मैप खेल रहा है.
arcade in the pistol round from the beginning itself, but this time they at least faked out presence towards A before they head towards B, which basically means that the double push from arcade on
Guys,
middle
can I guess
is
what
the
they're
only
gonna
thing
do?
standing in between their way and certain domination of the site. Yes, the rotations arrived on time, and Fox was once again able to assist his teammates in the nick of time, but that's not gonna happen every single moment. It's not gonna happen again and again. Aster Army this time have been pushed back. So much resistance towards B main. They've got the fault lines, the 0 points, as well as the neon relay bolts. And this means that Metal Esports have now showcased the
Marcel?
presence of 3 members towards B main. And that's why Aster Army are avoiding
तब
this
भी
area
मर
like
गया
the
भाई.
plague. Meanwhile, Marcel, being the lurker all the time, is traded out towards the north side of the map. And this is the clear indication for Ashrami to start heading towards the B side. Now, since he sees those exact same agents who were at one point showing aggression towards B main, now peek out of arcade, he relays the information to his team that the site would be vacant and Ashrami get the plant down without any resistance.
Now, Kakarot does not know if Canteen or
Full screen, sorry,
CT
sorry.
is being leaked or not, so he is trading very carefully. Support arrives from Fox, but Fox just has a ghost and easy wins a very important fight from Aduka. Now, Medal have a chance in this retake. The second fight, let's see, Kishi wins it out. The trade is there, Kishi with the second as well, and then they spot JE2. Easy, tagged up, very little HP left, and Kohli will be the one to swing out on the back of his flash and just clean up shop.
क्या इतना पीछे हो
As
गया
for
मैं?
RV, yes, they do answer back, but then they've taken a big blow too. They've lost 3 rifles in the process. Even Kohli and Kishi, who survived, did not have a lot of HP left, so the buy wouldn't look good at all. There's a bulldog for Dogs to work with. So not the best possible weapon this time around. But yeah, the trades, the way Metal approached the round was superb. Kishi gets a couple of frags, only even gets two, and that's the reason for them to win the game, win the round. And that's Rami now. Let's see how they want to play this one out. Just one trip fire available for Marzil to work with. Has thrown it on the northern side of the map, or the southern side of the map, where he just plays around the region of Dish and has a camera set up towards Arcade. So it is a beat push, where Marzil I think will be late lurking through Arcade, maybe through their spawn, depending upon how the rotations happen for Team Metal.
There's a slight change up though. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna speak about that change later on. For now, Luka changing the side of the round. Fake dashing in to hopefully bait out the peak on Kakarot, but he doesn't fall for the bait.
अरे
He'll wait for the smoke, he'll wait for the sound cues, and as soon as it fades away, he's hoping that he will have the jump on them. And it is about to fade away any time now. Even the cavalry has arrived, so Metal Esports are all looking to peek out at the same time.
Watchparty के बाद
Beam smoke has been dropped. Now they really can isolate their is on site. Kishi is trying to spam, but yeah, that's a call. That's a safe call for Team Metal. In a 3v5 where Doxer has his ultimate ready, it's
Metal
fine
जीतेगा
to just fall back because you're not getting that retake because of
कॉम
the
देख के लग रहा है रे
So it is a good decision from Team Metal Esports. They will save these weapons and try and make an impact in the next follow-up round. Where
मतलब
I think Tricky is
Cypher
close
क्यों
to
खिला रहे हैं
his
लोग
ultimate too. So if he is able to maybe get one orb or get his ultimate ready, that would be sort of another weapon for them to work with. But yeah, as Rami, great job, good
अब तुम
execute,
देखो ना
good
कितने ही
shots by
अल्ट से
Uduka
इनके
and
पास
Kishi, and that's what wins
अटैकिंग
them
में
the
राउंड
round.
सिक्योर करने के लिए
I know it's a bit too soon to predict this, but I think Astrami are just waiting for aggression from Metal Esports to start the round. I mean, take a look at what Metal did in the first two rounds, you know? They would have Fox use the fault line, they would have Tricky send in the relay bolts, as well as the flashes from JE would just bombard Astrami with all this util. And then they would all peek out and fight. And the two rounds that Astrami have been able to win, they did it partially because they figured out where the combination of Fox and Tricky is, and they avoid that area then. This time, it's not Fox and Tricky, it's JE and Tricky. Well, he will always have one or the other initiator with him to aggress out of one of these sides of the map. This time, that side happens to be Dish. And Astrami, as soon as they figure that out, they don't have any presence towards the north side of the map. They take control of the A side instantly. Knowing fully well that Metal Esports would be stacking towards the Dish side, they smoke that area off and plant for a main.
Instantly, they find themselves in a post plan. And now they are waiting. I mean, Team Metal are just waiting for the smokes to fade out. The stun is good. It will give Uduka's location, and he's able to spam him out. Now, the second battle is of paramount importance, and Tricky is able to hit that headshot. Instantly, the wall gets thrown in. Yes, JE might be blind, but Aster, players are falling down one by one. The Molly to push Kohli in a very awkward spot. He has the stun, but Dogzer and Marzil arrive on time. They get the frags. They help their teammate out on side. And Aster should now be able to close out the round.
And that's why they say you gotta look both ways before you cross the street, kids. Aster Rami just killed Metal Esports in the crossing towards A main. And since Metal Esports didn't have too many smokes to deploy over there and to lock all the A main players of Aster Rami out of the action, they couldn't even kill Kohli because of that. Even though they had Kohli cornered over there like a rat in a trap, they were not able to bring the trap down and sever him.
बट सर दुख रहा था ना इतना कि नींद नहीं लग रही थी मुझे
वाह
सच में मैं आंखें बंद करी थी बट बहुत सर दुख रहा था तो आई वाज सुपर लाइक यू नो इरिटेटेड
Rami enough time to reposition towards A main, which then turns into their win condition. If only Kakarot dropped a smoke towards A main, they might have been able to get into the site easily for the retake. But enough talking about the previous round. Let's jump into round 6. Metal Esports, they have gone on quite an expedition. They peek out towards the canteen area, but that's about it. They take a little control towards A main, and nothing after that. Astrami, on the other hand, they explore underground, they fall back, they even try to bait out a peek with the ultimate orb. But they don't commit. Meanwhile, Marzil has been creeping up all the way towards drop, and he gets that first frag onto JE.
And just to make things even bit more interesting, drops both his cages. Now, the set is still not here. I mean, it is just Kishi trying to bait.
मैंने सेटअप नहीं देखा इसका सेटअप क्या था जैसे सिटी खेल रहा है देखते हो पीछे करके बाद में
एमएन का था लंबर्ड एंड डबल
They don't even know this set is coming on which side. Now, finally, Easy will be able to get one. and him having the
देखो
lockdown
committed
is a lot
fights
of
नहीं ले रहा
importance. Truly, playing close,
तो ये
the
भी मत
flash
करवाए
is perfect, but he does not swing. The rolling thunder
इनका
insisted
reaction
no.
भी सही था।
Tricky spot
हाँ।
is able to get that frag. Now, the spike wasn't planted for any of
अभी
them.
noob से
They can just essentially take the spike.
Yup, yup, yup.
Orbital strike, not available. The player's already dead. The peaks come in, but Kohli is able to wrap
अरे
up
ये round
both. And Aster
अरे मेरे को लगा मेडल जीतेगा ये
individual
राउंड तो
brilliance
Same.
once again
Good round.
strikes and helps them
बट
win the
अल्ट
round.
अल्ट ने राउंड चेंज कर दिया ना
Asrami is
वो।
not just individual brilliance, but also the
पर इनका
timing
फ्लैंक
of
अच्छा था
impacts
ट्रिकी और
all
एक और
across
ये
the map.
कौन ब्रीच था
As
ना
soon as
शायद
Marcel makes first contact towards drop and he gets
हाँ।
that frag,
ट्रिकी और
you
फॉक्स का
have
फ्लैंक अच्छा
पर
था
all
सिटी
the
वाले मर
duelists,
गए,
the
फिर कुछ नहीं
race
कर
just
पाए लोग।
dropping in towards B main, and
सिटी वाले दूसरे
nobody
बंदे
saw
को
that
डिले
coming,
करना
right?
चाहिए था
Because instead of going directly towards the site, he peeked out from the smoke towards canteen and killed the guy
एक्चुअली या
towards
तो
neutral
किलजॉय को
defender's
पहले हाइट
spawn.
लगा
Now,
देना
nobody
चाहिए
would
था
have seen
पोस्ट
that
प्लांट का
coming.
वेट ही क्यों करा उसने
Plus, you have the breach in form of Kohli.
ब्रीच
He
अल्ट था
uses
ना, पुश ही कर
the
देते।
rolling thunder to keep Metal Esports away and help his team plant
उसके लिए
that
तो फ्लैंक
spike
आ रहा
so
था
well.
प्रेशर रहता ना पुश करते टाइम
Yes,
ब्रीच के साथ
Tricky coming back in
Same हो
from
गया
B
ना
main
पर
was a bit unexpected, but they were able to deal with all the problems as they faced them. Metal Esports once again forced to eco, but at least they have 3 ultimates. One of them being Tricky's overdrive lows. Let's see if he's able to do anything with this one. Speaking of weaponized ults, you have 2 of them available on Ashrami too, so I'm assuming they probably won't use it in this round. But Ashrami, unlike most other rounds where they spread out quite a lot, this time haven't done any of that. They only let Kishi jump in towards top and get in towards the A side, while the rest of them are still looking to come out of A main. Because there's smokes in the way, they can't just peek out yet, and neither can Metal Esports. And because of this little gap, the A side is vacant. They use the void to take control and plant.
बच जाएगा भाई टीममेट्स ले जाते
Easy though.
Never
It's a
mind.
good shot onto Aduka.
थैंक यू।
And this time drops the lockdown.
और-
That's a very interesting
और Tricky!
position. Tricky
Woo!
what? He's just clicking heads. The
क्लिकी।
lockdown gets destroyed, but
Oh my
Kishi,
God,
आ
Stun,
गया।
Fox, peaks, and the round goes in the favor of Medal. But it is Tricky hitting those insane headshots with the Sheriff to help Team Medal win the round.
And he lets Fox gets the defuse, so he gets the rolling thunder online as well. They walk into these rounds with nothing but a bunch of sheriffs, and Tricky makes them walk out with so many upgraded weapons and ultimates, and he didn't even use his overdrive for all of it. What a retake from Metal Esports. Ashrami thrown completely off. They just placed one lockdown, and the lockdown wasn't even all that impactful. It just pushed Asrami down towards a main, which they would have taken regardless. But Tricky comes swinging out that door wide, taking names and kicking ass. And he's looking to do it once again. Relay bolt all the
भेल
way
खा रही हूँ
down.
मैं।
He slides into a void.
अबे
The
अबे
nade-
आइसक्रीम खा रहे थे अबे भेल खा रहे हो भाई क्या है
The Orbital Strike too, they are investing a lot into this round. Team Medal.
बैट
The
रीड
0 point
आस्टर
will give
आर्मी
information about 2 players. But look at Aduka, he's already taken space. He's already on site. And now how do Medal deal with this crunch? Kakarot, a very important position he is in. Jay though, under the Seavers, is trying to regain
Doxer,
control,
अरे
and this
Doxer.
duel of paramount importance gets won by Tricky.
So,
Doxer is not able to do anything about it, and Fox also gets Marcel. This should be the closer now.
so even though Asrami have control of the B side, they are actually not opting
Nice,
to plant over there.
Kohli.
Instead, they go all the way into his
Great.
defender spawn. And this is because they knew that Tricky was down towards B main, so they can't really plant safely. They make a massive gamble to head
अरे ये
towards
तो
the A
हमारी
side.
टीम है
अरे!
ये
Will be
लोग तो
intercepted by Jay. The timing is
You.
perfect. And even though Aduka has been able to make it all the
हाँ,
way
मैं ये
across, he
तो-
will have to swing back to collect the spike.
जस्ट
And then walk
लिटिल
into the
एडवांस।
waiting arms of Easy. He was
यप
just
यप
दो ही
यप
मरे।
anticipating him on the A side.
हम लोग 4 मरे बस बात कर रहे
Plenty
हैं
of time to
30
work with, so
seconds
Aduka
left.
can play the mind games. Metal Esports have let him take control of this area, let him recover the spike. They're reinforcing the sites instead.
कचरे
is
का डिब्बा नहीं हुआ
actually-
है।
Quite smart,
320
because
liter
this
वाला
will now
premium.
force Aduka to clear out so many angles.
बोले बोले मफिन पेट है
40
यार
seconds on the
रेफ्रिजरेटर।
clock. He needs to make a move, and he's able to find the anchor. The player falls, and the spike
बोलूं
is
मैं?
going down. Now
Motu.
Tricky is trying to hide it towards his B side, but Aduka now has a real chance at this. Can he isolate these duels? Does not get the timing right, but Tricky peeks and he gets taken down. 30 HP, a fake dash to maybe turn heads from Easy, but
अरे,
he looks in the correct direction. He is the saving grace in the round, but Medal unnecessary peek out
एक्चुअल
of
में
the
डैश ही
air.
कर लेता।
Just trying to find the correct timing,
इन्फो मिल जाती
giving a chance to Aduka to just
बट नहीं
close the
दूर
round.
था मिडिल में
But
डैश होता
finally,
है
for
शायद
Team Medal, gracious, easy,
पीछे
is
डैश
available.
करता
Otherwise,
कवर ले सकता था
man
क्रॉसिंग पे
Astro
मार
would have
सकता था
taken the lead back.
Yeah, I mean, he's clutched off 1v3s and 1v2s in the past, so this 1v1 isn't really that big of a challenge for Easy. Put him in a clutch situation and he's gonna rack up all those numbers.
बम्पर
Although I like the adjustments from Asarami in this round as well. I love the idea of them trying to go towards A. If it just was a little bit earlier, they
इसका
probably would have been a
अटैकर्स
lot
का
more
देखो
successful.
4-1
And the only reason they did this is because Tricky in
The
first
first-
place was taking heavy control of B main, so they can't really go for the plant without securing tower and B main.
This is
Good adjustment,
exactly
but
what
Jay
I was
catches them
arguing
off
with
guard.
Bros.
yes I know
The intention was great. Results could have been better. But at least this time, once again, Tricky is able to aggress out of B main, and he's been doing this so often, he still keeps finding all these frags. And there's a rolling thunder to boot. Help Easy assist and keep this incoming hit away. There's a nano swarm on the drop as well, so Asrami will take a lot of damage on the way inside.
क्या फायदा हुआ इस ult का?
There's the nano and there's a smoke in their face. No way they push this now, Aster. They fall back. They have a
I don't
rolling
know,
thunder
delay
and
करने के लिए
that
किया
orbital
था
strike
बस।
of theirs.
जरूरत ही नहीं है ना
but
केजे
already
Somehow,
advantage
some way
हाँ
they are
already
able to get into
क्या
a
2
side
man
and maybe
advantage
get
है
the
इन पे
spike
तो
down.
नहीं
They
करना
Sands
चाहिए
भी
था
है,
should have a
Amen
chance
भी
of
है।
winning the round, but yeah, A is not the side
City
that
भी
they
है।
want to be in right now.
क्या बता?
Defended by 3
पूछो
players.
तुम्हारा
One
दोस्त
of
है
the
जाओ
player
पूछो
playing inside. And yeah,
पूछो।
Aster, I think that's just a safe call on the back of all the frags that literally went Medal's
अरे
way.
माइक कौन खा रहा है
And bear in mind, this is an attackers oriented
Not me.
map.
30
And
seconds
Medal, if
left.
they're able to get 5, that's
Crips
a
eating mic.
great half for them.
It is their map pick too. So if they're just able to keep this momentum going, it
Right.
would really serve in their best interest. They're cycling their ultimates also quite well. Kakarot and Fox just keep using it as soon as they get it, but Tricky and Jay have been holding
10
on to theirs
seconds
since
left.
quite some time. And since they get all these early frags, Asarami, they are now hesitating to make contact anywhere else. The save has already been called. Although I'm kind of concerned for Metal Esports going into the next round. Look at the massive ultimates that Asarami have available now. Both the Rolling Thunder as well as the Orbital Strike can really throw a sight into a state of chaos. And this will definitely help them get the plant down at the very least.
Exactly. Rolling Thunder to get them inside, maybe Orbital Strike for post plant.
अरे 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 ट्रिकी
That's something that
ठीक
I
है
would
भाई
call.
कर लो ट्रिकी
But hey, let's see. I mean, how do they use it? Aster Army, because they also have the null command available. The neon alt is there too, the overdrive, but it won't have a lot
क्या
of
boom
impact
बढ़ गया
because
भाई?
Aster Army are good together and then they have decided to play. The flash was great, but yeah, Duka, it did miss it. He was not completely
ओवर
blind, and
कोहली
Kishi
की
also
पोज
gets
भी तो
that
मस्त
frag.
है
Right, he gets taken regardless.
मार
They
दे
were not
कोहली
forced to invest any ultimates on the police. They
Nice.
just threw in that rolling thunder to ensure that no heroes can be thrown into many players. Now Kishi will face a duel, but I can't the backs off. Middle easy trying to sneak in, gets taken care of. Jay, don't even check the angle down below, gets taken care of too. Kishi with a 3k, Astra with the round.
And at this point, Tricky really needs to start changing things up. He's often been aggressing way early. Of course, he always changes his avenue of approach. But as long as Asrami just holds for the first 10 seconds, they will definitely spot Tricky. And based on Tricky's position, they can also figure out where either JE or Fox are playing. So that has been a dead giveaway of their positions up until now. But don't get me wrong, Tricky's aggression often gets Metal Esports so much map control that Astarami are very uncomfortable. That's also what's been forcing out these errors from them. And Tricky always goes somewhere else. He always aggresses out of different parts of the map. This time it's a massive north side crunch with pushes coming in from both Dish as well as Arcade. And in response, Astarami quickly swarmed the A site, but they are yet to deal with all the nano swarms. He also repositions himself, plants a little bit more in the open.
Fox opposition noted,
किसके
and it
कांटेक्ट
does
पे
not
है
have any
बंदा
flashes to work with. So it has to be this rock and duel, or maybe hope that his team comes inside on time. Tricky,
नाइस
this running around
अरे यार
creates
कोहली को
enough
जीतना था ये
distractions
फाइट
that easy and Fox are able to get that
Nice.
flag.
Standing.
He is left. I mean, now it is all down to Aduka. 1v3, 54 HP to his
अरे
name,
यार
trying to be a very irritating jet, but yeah, Kakarot will shut him down.
20
And Metal Esports are able to find half a dozen runs in the first half itself.
Yeah, slow and steady, just creeping into the side. They are comfortable letting Asrami go with the plant. But Metal Esports take things very, very methodically. They swing out of the defender spawn entrance, and yes, Tricky was a little caught off guard over there. The movement not really helping him out all that much. The burn doesn't really do too much. Even the orbital strike goes nullified. And Metal Esports now have stabilized quite well. Although that being said, both these sides have been holding on to these ultimates for quite some time now. Tricky and JE had these rounds like some 4 or 5 rounds ago. And Metal continue to push out yet again. I mean, I was speaking about Tricky's pushes giving away what Metal are up to, but this time even easy pushes out. And that's just such a problematic affair for Astarami. But this is a repeat of the previous round where they just take control of OMEN and go for the plant instantly. The showstopper gets nullified. The null command actually puts it away. And now there's very less firepower available on Astarami, unless Aduka has something to say about it.
But the spike is being stuck. Tricky, nobody can touch him, but finally Kohli does. The flag, Bears, what?
Wow.
That's a flick. That's a crazy flick from JE. And now Dogzer and Kishi, the last two remaining players. Kishi gets one, traded out. Dogzer gets one, but then again traded out. And Medal Esports, they end this up on a very positive note. And for a defensive team to get 7 rounds, that's a great half for Team Medal Esports. Map of fracture.
Indeed, a great half. Metal Esports always proactive, always fighting at the start. All these pushes out of different parts of the map, it doesn't really pose a problem, because even though Metal Esports take the exact other side under their control and swarm into the side to just quickly get the plant down, hoping to beat Metal Esports to the race, they still aren't able to get into post-plant positions before Metal Esports just jump them, pounce on them. And Metal Esports had quite a lot of success in this first half. But you know what? You guys can also find some success if you scan those QR codes. Go ahead, check it out. You have a chance to win a beautiful Philips One Blade. We'll see you with the second half on the other side of this break.
तो जो सुन ले वो पुपू अरे असली बैटल हो गया तुम जे पार्टी लग नहीं रहे हो हेलो मंथन एस्टर आर्मी जीतेगा मैं तो ये चाहती हूँ भाई
ब्रो
ओके
फ्रिज मीट के लिए हीट के लिए नहीं ब्रो दिस graphics card is making my frames drop. Come with me if you want to get.
The all-new OMEN 16 with advanced Tempest cooling technology, now with 5 heat pipes and 4 thermal outlets. The OMEN 16 with 12th Gen Intel Core i7 processor to make you forget your frame drops.
Now that's cool.
Game on with Tempest cooling.
Presenting Hyundai i20N line. It's time to play.
Yes, I'm a Gen Z. Or should I say, the Gen Next. And I don't let fear hold me back from doing anything. I choose to move fearlessly to it all.
Hey buddy, we need you to trim your beard for this next scene.
What? Okay, fine, I'll admit it. I move fearlessly in most things, but I draw the line here. What if I Nico cut myself?
Try this.
मैं इंस्टा देखो आउट लाउड मत हंसना प्लीज म्याओ म्याओ
Welcome back to OMEN Valorant Challenges South Asia. You guys are watching Metal Esports versus Astarami. Now Metal had quite a proactive and aggressive strat in the first half, and Astarami did really well to respond to them by taking taking control of other parts of the map and really planting quickly. But Metal still beat them to the punch, still beat them in the pace. At least this time Aduka will save his face and open up Izzy's face. So this is a good start. They get the opening pick.
अरे मार्शल रुक जा
Astarami will get caught off guard once again as Marshall tries to get tries to make an info play towards Arcade and instantly spots way too many Metal members to survive that encounter.
And look at the HP bars on the remaining players too. JE just to spam through the smoke, even through the wall, is able to get one more. Aduka and Kishi, not a lot of HP between the two players, and Kakarot cleans them both. It is all down to Kohli, and he has a flash, he has a stun. But yeah, 4 members are just too much to work with, and Kakarot will take his head off too. Great ult progression for Kakarot on the basis of that 3k. And Medal Esports, they win a pistol round where Aster could have equalized the score line. They have a lead of 3 and possibly 4 rounds after this.
One enemy remaining.
I love watching these highlight plays. Move fearless moments by Phillips One Blade, really showing us some crisp shots, and Medal Esports start things off on the right note. Good way to win the pistol, and this should help them keep the momentum as well. You know, Aster Army isn't one of those teams who goes for force buys quite often unless they're really desperate. And this is exactly why you see them with just a bunch of shorties and frenzies. These
Hello,
shorties
Akhil,
also
what's
are
up?
in very
I'm good, how are you?
precarious positions, you know. You've got Marzel holding A all by himself, and he's positioned towards A main. So he will be able to get 1 kill at max as they try to dive into the site.
Whee!
Oh,
Nice.
never mind! He proves me wrong!
ठीक है, कुछ नहीं
They
बोलूंगी,
both
Marcel
line
को
up
कभी
and
भी।
he gets 2. Much more than he anticipated.
kills.
But at least the rest of Medal Esports covered up quite well to get the
Mavu.
numbers advantage back.
Mavulu.
The stun is there, but still nobody checks side.
Spike planted.
That's not something you'd like to repeat in the future rounds. Now you should be able to close it out because Kohli anyways just has a shorty. Might be able to upgrade to a classic, but yeah man, you're not winning the round with the weapons that you have right now. Aduka left with just 12 HP.
और
to his
nice
name.
shot, Kohli.
Kohli though is able to land a double dink onto Tricky. Alright. 50 HP between the two, and yeah, as soon as Aduka falls, Kohli is also left with very little HP to work
20.
with, and there he goes too. So they at least have made it expensive, and Team Medal Esports will need to invest into the round. But
Hello,
yes,
Rana, what's up?
9-5, even if Aster win,
I like your gameplay, thank you.
Yeah, still.
हाँ, यही
still
तो खेल रही है।
nowhere near
Sorry.
closing out
Yep,
the lead
yep,
for
yep,
Team
Mavulu.
Aster Army.
Mavulu.
अरे
I
मत
kind of
बोलो
feel like
भैया।
I'm
Mavu.
cursed at this moment. I speak about
Mavu.
Marzel being able to get a single frag considering he's alone and he's
Mavu.
only got 1 shorty, plus he's stunned.
GG.
And then somehow they all line up for him. They don't check him. And he's able to find a 2-piece. And on top of that, the Classics also get them quite a lot of kills. So Medal Esports lose 3 weapons in the process. They only carry forward 2 Bulldogs from the previous round, and the rest of them upgrade to Sheriffs. Only Tricky invests into a Phantom all the way in. So he will be the tip of the spear. And that's exactly what he's being. He's trying to peek out of the smoke on the back of the flashes from JE, but they don't find any frags. Aster Army not letting them take even an inch. And they repel
भाई
them
वाला
back
time पे
into the
aggress कर
waiting
रहा है
arms of
Marcel भाई
Marzel,
बार-बार।
who's waiting over here with his net
भाई
placed.
देख लिया।
He just crossed over to the other side, so he will definitely be able to catch at least 1 player off guard.
ठीक है,
Or
fall back
never
हो रहा है,
mind, I'm
चलेगा।
not going to speak about Marzel getting a single frag because he's
अबे पिस्टल
proven
में
me
भी
wrong
भाई
on so
ड्रॉप
many
पे
occasions
फाइट
in
ली
the past
अदुका
by
और
getting
उसने
multiple.
किसी ने
Medal
उनको
Esports
फॉल बैक
cycle
कराया
back to
मार्शल
its
भाई
A-main.
आर्केड पुश कर रहा है भाई।
And Aster Army
Oh,
have
no.
this
अकेले।
area down on lock.
अरे ये कैसे जा रहा है?
नाइस नाइस नाइस।
Yup, no one's passing through. Kohli and Kishi get the frags. Nobody checks
Nice,
that
Kishi.
angle too. So it was a surprise a little
हाँ
bit.
अभी मस्त कर रहा है
Kakarot
मार्शल
though
जो कर
finds
रहा
one.
है।
Kishi's taken it
नाइस
down. But then the flag from Marzel is unexpected.
नाइस गुड राउंड।
Kohli is the one to finally
सुन रही हूँ
put
मैं।
a bullet to Medal Fox's skull.
जो मेरा दोस्त
Aster.
मेरा दोस्त था
A
जिसे
sort of
इसलिए ये
flawless
जो
round.
साजिशें
Yes, they lose Kishi in the
रची जा रही है ना,
process, but he
साजिश।
will be able to
साजिश।
invest into this round. A harsh shield
साजिद
weapon is
खान।
something he
The
should
fuck?
have enough money to buy. And yes, a good round. Good round for Team Aster Army. They just completely box in the players of Medal, and they're able to win
Box
on the
in?
back of it. 9-6. Although
boxer
now
है
is a
वो।
very crucial round because Medal a
नहीं, वो
complete
boxer
by
है।
an opportunity to
Sorry,
reset
boxer।
the economy for Team Aster Army and put them back in the round.
Exactly.
किल जाएगा पकड़ेंगे क्या इधर?
Even when Medal Esports are oscillating between A main and B main, they don't see a lot of Aster players. They just see utility. Unless it's around
अब
तुम ये
लूका।
रेस से कर सकते हो?
gets the height and he's able to take the
क्या
shot
देखा नहीं मैंने?
before he can
अब
even
ट्रिपल
attack.
बहुत
तो
जा
बॉक्स
सकते हो।
Bowls
जा
into
सकता
relay
हूँ।
ball at the
Yes.
most
जाओ ना।
unfortunate moment. Kakarot also
Sure.
caught with a gun not in his hand. And all these
अरे
moments are
nice
just so
आदुका।
unfortunate.
Aduka.
Everyone from Medal Esports
पता नहीं मुझे वो
getting
जा
caught
सकती हूँ कि
with
नहीं
their
जा सकती हूँ मैं
pants
शायद।
down.
ट्राई करना कस्टम में बाद में.
It's just one of those rounds where
Custom.
you do not expect
Yeah,
players to
range
be
में.
in these positions and they just come out of nowhere.
One down.
Yes, it's all down
28.
to easy. He gets one, but then Kohli is there with the trade.
साजिश
Even there was
शादिश
backup from Marvel, so even if Kohli falls, Marvel essentially is able to pick up that flag.
साजिश
And
क्या
as
होता
for
है?
Army, a very important round to
कैसे होता है?
fight.
साजिश क्या होता
Middle
है?
have been put back into the eco round,
Play.
and this should essentially be their 8th round.
But it's so nerve-wracking to see so many of Medal Esports players get caught like this. Tricky, unlucky moment as he pulls the relay bowl. Same with Fox, same with Kakarot. Just getting unlucky over there on the timing. But credit where it's due, Asarami, their proactivity helps them get so much map control, and Medal Esports gets repelled back every single time.
This time around, just with sheriffs, so they are just trying to get their ultimates ready as soon as possible.
मत कर यार,
Although,
Doctor.
what, Kakarot? He hits that first headshot onto Doxer and then is able to find that frag too. Now, Marvel will be put in a difficult spot, and he has to hold and maybe try to get that equalizer. Kakarot try to be cheeky around the trip fire. All the trips have been broken down, and the spike will go down. Easy also
Naina,
knockdown
please.
available, and Kakarot has the orbital strike, but he won't be allowed to use it. Hadouka with the spam is able to get the frag, and Easy perfectly positioned with that
और माँ कसम.
with the lockdown. Now Kohli, he throws in the Fox throws.
ये
in
ये
the
ना
rolling
ट्रिकेट
thunder,
थ्रो
the
कर रहा है
peak
देख लियो.
comes in.
पूरी
The
फीलिंग है
flags
मेरे
are
को.
there and Aston are locked out of the side.
तब भी थ्रो नहीं होगा रे
3v4
उतना.
retake. Yes, the weapons are
जितना
still
इन
not
लोगों ने
there.
थ्रो कर दिया
But the
ऑलरेडी.
space that team might have right
अभी
now
थ्रो वाले
is
3
just
शेरिफ्स है.
insane.
Asarami will have to work really hard to take that space back away from
Bye,
them.
नहीं,
Medal
अभी
Esports
नहीं
is
निकलता
simply
round.
not offering them any battles at all. The shorty nets them tower control.
वो
But
ब्रीशेल्ट ने
what they
रोक
do
दिया
on the
उनको
back
पूरा
fence,
यार.
Remaining.
Marzel
Chill थी
has
वो.
no choice to get inside. Aduka
तो
has raced all
मार्शल
the way in,
सिटी
and the
जेन खेल
spike
रहा
is
था.
already half
तब से
gone.
जन ही खेल रहा है वो.
Hopes of
इसका
Asarami.
कंट्रोलर फिर क्यों कैंटीन पिक
He
कर रहा है फ्री
sacrifices
का?
his life for a good cause, and that's another clutch from this
कौन है
man.
ये? क्या?
What a round from Medal Esports, and it's all started
Doctor.
with that one shot that
मतलब
Kakarot was
कैंटीन
able
पिक
to hit.
करके मर गया.
Yeah, of course, he was
Conspiracy
overwhelmed. He tried
तो
to
play
use
है
the
भाई.
orbital
एक
strike,
एक
but he was
मतलब
denied by
एक चीज
how
के
quickly
5-6 मतलब हो सकते हैं ना.
Asarami
मतलब
moved.
वर्ड्स हो सकते हैं ना.
But then again, because the members of Medal Esports are able to get so deep into the site, they use the ultimates to just convert the round, even though they don't have the weaponry. The rolling thunder from Fox
dum
just
dum
buys them the space they
Pum,
need,
pum, pum, pum.
re-clearing areas like Tower and Arcade. And on top of that, the lockdown also buys them a lot of time, so Astarami don't have much to
Press हो
work
गया
with
तो.
going into this retake. Tricky this time with a blitzkrieg attack, tries to stun up Tower, and the skies are torn asunder, hoping that they would be able to get one kill at the very least, but no. Nobody from Asrami is present.
अरे बाप रे, इतना मार खा खा के अल्ट मारने के लिए भी अभी.
Through the smoke, simply because Marzel is an absolute gigachad with that cipher. Hey, but even after getting control of the site itself and Tricky being positioned on B, the spike isn't anywhere close to being planted. It's not even close to the site.
That is because of all the ultimates that Team Aster have to their ready.
Trick
They have the
करेगा क्या
rolling
फालतू
thunder,
का
they have
पिक?
the showstopper, and these two ultimates enough are
ये
enough
लोग I
to
think
change
ये
the
लोग
entire
ये करने वाले
course
हैं.
of the round.
हाँ
Tricky
करेगा.
Tricky
dry
करने वाला
peaks and
pick
Aduka punishes him. Even JE has been tagged up quite a bit. Medal hoping to find any frag that they can. The Roomba will also give away Kakarot's position. And Medal are in a very rough spot
Samox
now.
नहीं है
The
Samox.
stun, the flash to maybe set up Kakarot in this
अरे
position.
aunty.
He gets one, yes.
Nice
But then
doctor.
Doxer comes in, gets a
Nice
triple
cover up
frag,
last round.
and the showstopper, even the rolling thunder are not used till now. And to top it off, Doxer has his orbital strike too. So after they get it out, and they have enough ultimates
Puppy.
to help them win another round on the back of it.
Puppy.
Rounds like these from Astarami are what keep the game so competitive. Even on Ascent, Astarami, I think it was a similar scoreline, you know? It was either 10-7 or 10-8 when Astarami won a particular round which broke Medal's economy and it allowed Astarami to farm up their own ultimates. Now this should easily help them secure this round and maybe even tie up the score against Medal Esports. Medal on the other hand, they've got two massive ultimates coming up. Tricky, 1 point away, say. This should help them rack up some firepower. And since there's so many ultimate orbs available on a map like Fracture, they are gonna take their sweet time trying to capture it.
ये लोग ऑर्ब स्पॉम नहीं कर रहे हैं.
Let's not
ट्रिकी
repeat
को
the
चाहिए
same
और
mistakes and let's
अल्ट
not
और
pick these series, number
अल्ट
one.
के लिए.
Hopefully, yeah. They just destroy the early cipher. Util
मेडल बिल्कुल भी ऑफ स्पॉन
try
नहीं
to
कर रहा है बे.
make sure that they have control,
हम्म.
and Marcel is being snuck upon. Tricky. Only if he gets that frag.
अभी
They're
तक एक
outputting
बार भी
an
नहीं देखा ना
aggressive
नियॉन
Bayana
अल्ट यूज
हाँ
करते हुए.
नहीं.
and gets another frag.
नियॉन अल्ट
They
नहीं
might
देखा
be able
मैंने.
to get the
अभी
spike
तक एक
down,
भी और लेते
but
हुए नहीं देखा. जब एक भी
that's
बचा रहता
about
ना
it.
और
The
अल्ट्स के लिए तब भी नहीं
वही
लेते.
अभी था
as
ट्रिकी
well,
और भी लेता,
hitting the
विमेन का
player,
लेता,
2v5
आर्केड का
retake.
लेता.
You don't even need ultimates to win the
मुझे
round.
लगता है
This
ट्रिकी
should
को नहीं
just
आता
be on
नियॉन
the back
खेलने.
of gunplay. Aduka arrives on the flank.
मतलब सीख रहा है बेसिकली.
Comes out of the smoke, gets the frag, gets the job done, and Aster Army.
पर और प्ले की अल्ट खेलना हो तो जेट पे भी होता है ना.
Yeah, this
हाँ
was
बट
expected to
पता
go in the
नहीं
favor of Aster Army.
थोड़ा
I'm actually surprised by how clean they keep it. I thought
उसके
that
जो
they would try to
मूवमेंट्स है ना
challenge Metal Esports
वो
आओ.
नियॉन वाले
right
नहीं
at the
है.
start of the round,
हाँ
but
कोई
समझती हूँ
नियॉन
बट
है वो. हाँ
they
और
वो तो और
प्ले
प्ले
करना
hold
बेसिक
on to their
चीज है.
positions.
बट नहीं मैं वैसे
And
कह
Metal
रही हूँ कि वो
Esports tried
नियॉन
to do cheeky things,
उसको ऐसे
they
ही
had
शायद
to
सीख रहा है
go
वो.
all the way in
वो
towards
तो बेसिक
the
चीज है पता है.
generator. Almost
प्ले
got
ना.
the jump onto Marzel, but
जेट
the
प्लेयर है,
frenzy
जेट को
versus
तो पता ही
Phantom
है ऑर्ब
Battle
का
swings in
सिग्निफिकेंस
the
एक
favor of
ऑर्ब जब
Aster
दूर हो
Army.
तो. और
And
किसी
just like
रीजन
that,
को पता
Aster
हो चाहे
Army
ना
are
पता
1
हो.
point away from tying up the scoreline yet again.
अभी भी यूज नहीं करेगा
Oh, both these
उसकी
maps are
अल्ट.
just too close for comfort.
स्क्रिम में भी कहाँ एक नहीं देखा ना
नहीं.
अल्ट करते यूज करते हुए.
Now, entering into the side for Team Medal Esports would be a piece of cake. Jay can pop the null command and Tricky can use the overdrive. But how do you defend against a Rolling Thunder, Orbital Strike and a Showstopper? Plus, you're choosing to go towards that A side, where all these ultimates are super deadly to deal with.
Deadly.
And once
अरे
again,
अडुका
early
भाई.
Util uses the Fox, gets the jump onto Aduka.
मत खेल भाई
He
मोफिल
misses the
लूज
shot and
जैसे.
gets punished. Now
मारा
Kishi
रे.
ए अल्ट खोला.
already
सुन
pulled
लिया.
out the
Let's go.
orbital
But
I'm sorry.
लिटा दिया भाई खोली ने.
The Showstopper gets a frag onto Kakarot, and even the player outside falls out. Volleyed out of the
अरे nice kill
position,
Kishi.
gets the frag onto Easy, not looking in the correct way.
उड़ा दिया भाई बंदा. उड़ा
Rolling
दिया.
that
Wee,
ball,
one
stayed
point,
over.
G.
What?
Enemy remaining.
One tap even after he's stunned. No, Fox left in a 1v3 situation. He has a spike
ऑप उठा
to
ले
his
फॉक्स म्याओ
disposal
बन
though.
जा. बात
And
बात पे
Kishi
ऑप
भाई
उठा.
कहाँ था ये इतना टाइम.
Still doable.
एमएन पहला
Let's
किल
see if
इसने
he's
तो
up
लिया
for the
फॉक्स
job or
ने.
not.
फिर कहाँ गया.
पता नहीं
1
खड़ा
point
था.
away from Rolling
और
Thunder.
ले लेता.
He's
अल्ट आ
got
जाती
the
इसकी.
fault line also available now.
पहले ही
Kishi's
उनके
already
अल्ट
low
पे
on
काउंटर
HP.
अल्ट कर सकता था.
He's got plenty of
उनकी
time, so
केओ
Fox
आई थी ना
has
तो ये
to
रुका था.
रुको
Get
जरा
ready,
इसने क्या
Puka.
किया देखते हैं
He
भाई.
misses the shot and gets punished. Now
तुम्हारा
Kishi
एक
और नाइस.
already pulled
Sands
out the
गया.
orbital I'm sorry.
उनके
The
केओ अल्ट से रुका
Showstopper
था ये.
gets a
इसकी
frag
टीम
onto
सैंड से के मर
Kakarot, and
गई.
even the player outside
हाँ
falls
सैंड
out.
देख रहा था.
Volleyed out of the
उसके बाद ये वापस
position,
एमएन
gets
चला
the
गया.
frag onto Easy, not looking in the
अल्ट
correct
हो
way.
गया.
फ्लैंक देख रहा था क्या?
The
नहीं
rolling
नहीं अल्ट हो
thunder
गया था
pressed
ये.
it too, but Jay,
अल्ट हुआ
what?
था.
Enemy
हाँ,
remaining.
पहले
अल्ट
केओ
हुआ
अल्ट
था.
हुआ
He's
फिर
stunned.
ब्रीच अल्ट हुआ.
No, Fox is the one.
Of time, so Fox has the opportunity to clutch this round out. The
Keyword
crossfire is
is
on
better,
perfect.
sorry,
He can
sorry.
isolate the fight
Yeah,
against
yeah,
Kishi.
yeah.
And now he's got one more. Almost Marzel saves the day. And the score is not neutralized. Great start from Metal Esports, but they're not able to follow up on the back of it. Aster Army put so much resistance with just the utility towards this drop area that Metal Esports, even though
I
they had the
was
entry, they weren't able to
fanatic.
get into the site.
New jet mousepad
And
product
the
kit
rotations
if
from
you
Aster Army are
not.
also just picture perfect. They're right there in the nick of
So
time,
damn good,
reinforcing their
not gonna
teammates.
lie.
And the same main control has been a big
अबे
problem. on Metal
हर्ष
Esports, you
तुम
know?
हर्ष.
I mean, they're able to get into B side every now and then, but
हर्जी
A
हर्ष
is
हो
quite
क्या.
difficult to crack.
B is a side where I'd say Team Aster are playing sort of retake every round, but now that all of your ultimates have been expended, Metal could go for a force buy and win a round on the B side. Because a retake is a very difficult thing to do on that particular B side, and if you're not contesting it, getting back onto that side is going to be a super difficult thing to do. So Metal can force buy and maybe hit that B side, but then again, that adjustment will come in from Aster Army too. They also realize that without ultimates at B side is something you'll need to be worried about. The trips are placed accordingly, and sometimes we do see Tricky falling prey to those trip fires, but they're not being converted into frags because Marcel does not find himself in a position to spam. But yes, they are fighting it out for B main. You can see all the marks coming on the mini map. There will be a stun towards arcade. There is an operator positioned out B main. So they are ready for this adaptation from Team Medal Esports and Aster.
भाई दिल्ली में नहीं
Let's see
है
if
आइसक्रीम
Anupa is
बेकरी
able to
में
find
आओ.
the first frag.
Hello.
He fell
Part.
on his face. He was
Part.
dinged through the wall and then.
अरे
he
भाई.
fell off. And once again he misses the shot. The dash
Muffin.
was not ready, so he
भाई
also
पता
falls.
नहीं.
The orbital strike.
मेरे जैसा खेल रहा है भाई बिल्कुल आदू का
But yes,
बेचारा.
they
भाई
are
इसका
fighting it out
शायद
for
नहीं
B
हुआ है
main.
भाई.
You
वार्म अप
can
नहीं
see
हुआ है
all the
कुछ तो
marks
फिर या तो
coming
इसने
on the
वार्म अप
mini
नहीं
map.
किया है
There
ऑप
will be a
का.
stun towards arcade.
तो
There
जाना
is
नहीं
an
चाहिए ना
operator
अगर नहीं
positioned
हो
on
रहा
B
है.
main. So they are
तो
ready
ऐसे
for this
aggressive picks के लिए
adaptation
जा ही
from
मत ना.
Team Medal Esports and Aster. Let's see if Aduka is able to find the first frag. Because the last time he used this operator,
हेलो
he
जिसू
fell on
व्हाट्स
his
अप.
face. He
अरे
was
नाइस
dinged
मार्शल.
through the wall and then taken care of.
Hey,
And
Ray.
once again he misses the shot. The dash was not ready. ready, so he also falls.
Tricky is like, "अब उठा लूँगा बात बात पे, अब
which
उठा
helped
लूँगा."
Marcel sneak into the side. Now Marcel, the spam
Nice
is there,
reposition,
but
Marcel.
the frag isn't. And
Hey,
on
that's
the back
okay.
of the frag they get, they just fall back.
Nice tag.
भाई
Exactly. I
एक
mean,
भी
they recover the
ऑप
op
शॉट
and
नहीं
they've
मारा
given
है
it back
रेडुका
to
ने
Tricky. Keep in mind, Tricky hasn't been
पूरा
having a great game
एक
yet, so
दो
maybe
मैप
this will
मैप
be his
तक
chance to bounce back. The timing is perfect though.
I can
Marzel
feel him.
puts on a killing spree over here.
चुप करो
Yes,
यार
Cody
तुम
dies, but he escapes and he's got all the info he needs.
Nice
That's the spike
Marcel.
discover
Nice
right there.
Marcel.
They
Let's
know that
go.
Tricky has the op, so they
भाई
definitely don't
बहुत
want to
अच्छा
face
खेला
him once
Marcel
more.
ये
They
round.
reposition and
चुप ना
try
जरा
to
चुप ना मेरे
reinforce
दोस्त
the
को नहीं
sights
जिताना
instead.
चाह रही
Hey.
Metal Esports have a choice
क्या
to make. Do
है?
they continue going towards the peace side where Marzel's
Nice
continues
is.
to
अब
bother
उठाना
them,
अभी अब उठा
or do they
Marcel.
head towards Arcade
अब
where
टावर
his
में ऑप है
tripwires
ले आ
will be
भाई.
present nonetheless.
ट्रिकी पे ऑप है
JE has all
Tricky
the
मर
utility
गया
he
ना
needs.
टावर में तो
Catwalk
मरा.
is only one smoke
अच्छा
in the
तुम आ
back,
गए हो
but at
क्या
least he recovers a phantom. He can probably smoke
पीछे
off
हो
one
गया
of
तुम
these
अभी तक.
Jenny
Noob.
or the scanty areas, but he won't get to
Ace
do
मारेगा
any of
Marcel
that.
यहाँ
Marcel,
noob.
but the timing is perfect. Quad kill for the man, and he's looking for the final piece, looking for the ace.
इको फ्रैगर
Maybe JE will offer
Hey.
it to him. He's
Hey,
snuck
चुप
मजाक
past
कर
now.
रहे हो
बताऊँ मैं तुम्हें.
Undetected for the time being,
Go
but
Fragger.
Marcel steps up. All five.
आई एम बीइंग दैट टिपिकल ट्विटर किड
In the back,
Hating.
Yup, yup.
and he did
Yup,
nice.
yup, yup, yup,
Really
yup.
well. They started off with
Go
first,
Fragger.
and all these players
ए इसको
failed.
मत
It
तो
seemed
Watchparty
a bit
rights.
difficult for Team Aster
हाँ.
TV. I was concerned for them for the
बताइए.
late
कहते दो
game.
इसको.
Finding all the
बताइए.
right timings, everything fell in his favor, and he's able to convert it around. Great stuff coming
बात
from Team Aster
पालती.
And once again, look at the reach. They have 4 players towards that B arcade region. They know the medal will try to put that lockdown under
अरे.
the B side, and that's where they try to clear off. They've already taken the northern map control all for themselves, and yes, medal might be able to put the lockdown down. And the stun is beautiful too, but Tricky has also been stunned. Easy with the lockdown. Medal should get the entry, but let's see how Team Aster are going for the retake.
ये
The
सेम
aftershock
चीज
is gonna be
दिमाग
enough
में.
to break a
Wait.
lockdown. Apparently not.
Oh,
Extra
oh.
200
nice.
HP
अरे
on
कोहली
this
god है क्या भाई?
lockdown, and Kohli has to clear it physically. But it gets the job done. Metal Esports get into the site. So they bamboozle Aster Army into taking control of underground, and
भाई
they
क्या है
leave the
इनका
site
खेलने के
clear
लिए?
instead. It will be a 5v5.
Urrun.
The hellfire rains down from the skies.
Marvel.
A cataclysm of heat and hellfire rains
Sorry.
down upon them as the skies are torn asunder, and
Oh,
Kakarot tears their heads apart. Metal Esports
Marvel.
are right back in this game.
They
कुछ
get
नहीं
there
मिला
in
है.
11,
I am
and
supporting Aster
man,
Army
these
today.
rounds are being won on the back of the ultimates. They
नैनू
get
मत
that
करो.
lockdown,
क्योंकि मेरा
they
दोस्त
get
है
all
medal
the
में
space
इसलिए.
they need onto
चुप
the
करो,
B side,
ऐसा
and
नहीं
this is
है.
what I was talking about. Retakes
जब
on
भी
the
Gordon versus
nightmare for the defensive side.
वो होगा तभी क्या?
And that is exactly what happens.
वो
Metal.
क्या?
They
पता
even
नहीं
use
किसकी
the
मैच है
orbitals,
भाई.
try to flush out the player a B
तब
tower.
क्या?
करेंगे भाई गॉर्डल को
Just pushes
सपोर्ट.
him into
कर
the
लेंगे.
welcoming arm of two
Eh.
different players of Team Metal Esports, and
All
from
the birthday
there
wish
on
नहीं
they
मिला
just
था, but ठीक है.
completely turn the round in their favor.
कल पूछा उसको
A
तुझसे
Duka
बर्थडे विश
though,
नहीं किया ना?
he has
तेरा
been
बाल
posi-
नोचने
he has
वाली है.
positioned himself dish, and he will find frags players to shoot at.
Yeah, but this op has been a problem for Azuka in the
Hey,
past.
Ah,
finally.
Not
for sure.
anymore.
Let's go.
Takes Tricky out of the
Woo.
equation right away.
अम्बुका.
I love how Aster Army were bamboozled in the previous round. Metal Esports convinced them to go underground and
Arre.
clean up the side itself. I wonder if
Arre.
we can pull off something like this once more. Ultimate op
कीरी के लिए
gives
तालियां
JE
बजा दी आज मैंने.
the null command that he requires. And
ठीक
after
है ना,
showing
OMEN.
presence towards the A side,
उसका अल्ट है दो
Aster
अल्ट इन
Army
पे
are now
डुएबल है
repositioning back
डुएबल
to their
है
defaults. They recognize that Metal won't be hitting from Dish.
तुम एबल
Again, it is a setup on the B side where you try to
अरे
play off side, you're trying to
मार्शल
counter
देखो
the
मार्शल देखो
fires,
सेटअप देखो और जा कहाँ रहा है देखो
and you
कुछ
are
याद आ रहा
giving
है
away this side, so it will be a post plan scenario, and Fox has the rolling thunder to deny the post plan situation. Jay will pop the null command,
ट्रिप्स
but
भी अच्छी
I
नहीं है
mean,
तो डुएबल
Marcel is already away from
डुएबल
the side, so these tripwires still will remain active.
नाइफ करके इन्फो लेना साइट है कि नहीं मत
Here
कर
goes
भाई
the null command, the
उसमें
flash
केवल
is
था
there,
इसलिए
the
मार्शल
body
निकला है.
is
मार्शल
there,
गॉड है
and
भाई, मैं
observing
बता रही हूँ.
that jump onto the
केवल था इसलिए मार्शल बग गया.
The spike will still go down, but the revival
तोड़
is
दिया
the
भाई कोहली
possible
ने
now.
भी.
Metal
5v3.
Esports get into the site, but at what cost? Two of their major players are dead already.
हाँ उल्ट
The
अब
Rolling Thunder will be
टीम
put to use just to keep Aster Army away.
Nice,
but
Kohli.
no, Kohli still gets all the frags
Nice
they need.
कोहली.
A triple for this man,
क्या
and Fox
कर
already
रहे
has
हो?
one foot in the grave. A 1v5 on the cards and the aftershock to flush
बहुत
him out.
readable
That
rotation
should
थी.
be the
मार्शल को पूरी लीड आ
final
गई.
nail in the coffin.
हम्म
Aster Army get to map point. And Metal Esports will need another massive clutch to push this game into overtime as well.
गॉर्डन से टीआर है अच्छा
Figure out where the operator is. That's
ये तो
the
शे-
first job in the
प्रैट्स
round. Money is
रैट
the
खुद
problem
प्रैट्स
for
के बाद
Metal.
शेड्यूल बनवाता है
They will
भाई
still be
प्रैट्स
able
को
to
सब
buy
पता है
into this round,
बराबर
but how will they play around
बराबर
that operator is the main question I have. How do you find Duka, suppress him, or maybe run him game over. you do have Fox on the breach. So if you
अभी इन
decide
पे
to hit
breach
as a
ult है
team, the fault line and
metal
the
पे
flashes can come to your rescue. And
breach ult
that
का
is,
best
I
use
guess,
क्या
the
ही कर
final
सकता
call
है ये
for Team
अभी
Metal Esports. It is going to be a complete A rush. The fault line will be prepped up for a main where you have two different
5 मैंने
players of
जा रहे
Astra,
हैं लोग तो
Kishi and Aduka both. The counter stun will be there.
ओ भाई
And the
फाइनली
operator
नाइस
nice
शॉट
will
pick.
रे.
be able to find that shot onto Tricky.
breach को
Metal
किया तो
Esports cannot find the first opening for themselves and are down a player in a very crucial round.
What is this series? Every single map going down to the wire. And Aduka is prime positioned once again. The flash pushes him
अरे
back.
Aduka,
Finds
my
a
God.
collateral. Even
हाँ
though
भाई
there's a nanoswarm thrown at him, he
Maulu.
doesn't stop.
उड़ गए भाई
Now they're
बंदे
rolling
उड़ा
forward to
दिए
help
भाई
him set up for more. Kakarot and Fox thrown off their feet, swept away. Maybe even under the rug, as Aster Army are looking
अरे
to
वो
push
किसी
this
कैसे
game
इसके ऑफ
into
पे
map
खेलेगा
number
ऊपर
3.
से
Haven seems
हम लोग ऐसे
inevitable.
सेटअप्स कभी करते ही नहीं
अरे भैंस
साइड
क्या
पे
निकल गया वो.
And now at this time, Astra are just playing.
आफ्टर शॉक
They
आया
know
ना
it's a
शायद
5v2. They know they just have to keep
Yes.
composure to make sure that they win the round and not force it to OT. A smoke in the face of Kakarot, but he's already ahead of it.
ओए
Now
Nice.
Kakarot and Fox, they both get a frag each, and now are
Yeah.
expecting the lurk from Marzil too.
Yeah.
This could be difficult, but they don't have enough time
एक्सपेक्ट
to double
करेंगे
back
भाई वो
towards that
लोग.
B
और
side.
कैमरा दिख
Marzil
रहेगा क्या
still outside A.
टाइमिंग में
Does
मजा ही
he
आ
get
जाएगा
checked?
अगर
That's the
मार्जिन.
main
अरे
question.
नहीं
They've
अरे
already started
ऐसे
to make
थोड़ी.
Marzil
मार्जिल
does not
भाई
get checked.
गॉड भाई
He closes
ठीक
out the
है मैं
round.
कुछ नहीं
And
बोलूंगी
Astra
मार्जिल को कभी
Army,
भाई
once again, they do drop map number
ये
एक
सब
राउंड
माफी
बोल
लोग
के
मेरे
कह रहा
से
मतलब
नहीं.
गलत नहीं करा
on their
ऐसा
opponent map pick and are able
Wabaloo.
to equalize the series.
गुड गेम
What a series
गुड
this
मैप
was. Both the teams going back and forth in so many of these rounds. They're just countering each other really well. Aster Army start playing aggressively in the second half, and that's what
अरे
nets them
जूते
so
निकाल के
much
खेल रहा था.
advantage.
मुझे भी जूते निकाल के
Metal
खेलना
Esports
चाहिए.
had to resort to a lot of brain games and a lot of
मैं लैंड पे
tactics to
जूते
make
निकाल के
Aster Army
खेलती हूँ.
vacate their sights, only to find themselves being shot
मतलब
down
एक ही
in
खेला
all
आज
sorts of
तक.
gruesome ways.
उसमें
We'll
निकाल
break
दिए
down
जूते
this game with more detail after the short break.
You know meow. Meow. Meow.
हाँ बोलो.
क्या है?
अरे मैं कुछ डांस कर रही थी म्यूजिक पे.
The fuck?
Puppy.
bootcamp से break. Yes. कुछ काम था.
पुडू पुडू पुडू. Good boy. Good boy.
अरे मैं अपना वो Airbnb वाला पुप्पू याद कर रहा हूँ क्या मैं?
शोतुडू मानो यार. I'm
पहले
sad
उसको
now.
बोलो ना.
नहीं ना हम लोग अभी निकलने वाले वहाँ से. आदत नहीं लगवानी चाहिए. जाने तो.
Okay.
वेट
Chat को
करेगा
बता
अभी.
दो.
मैं आती हूँ घूम फिर के आती हूँ ब्रेक लेके.
हैं?
ब्रेक लेके आती हूँ.
ओके.
मेरा भी तो ब्रेक है.
सुसु ब्रेक.
बीआरबी.
खाने का ब्रेक नहीं ऑलरेडी बहुत खा चुके हो. और बताओ गाइस क्या चल रहा है? घर पे भी गेमिंग चेयर लेना पड़ेगा. नहीं रे गेमिंग चेयर का इतना नहीं है मुझे. आई एम कंफर्टेबल विद एनी चेयर. बाबू मुझे एक बात बताओ गेम रिलेटेड पूछो यार. Fuck man. Chill. मेरे चिल कर ले मफिन एक किल के बाद नूब bad pick. No, man. Swing यार रुको पढ़ती हूँ क्या चल रहा है भाई Hello Shivi, what's up? Are you watch partying alone or with Meow? I'm with Meow, Shivi. How about you? Watching partying? The fuck? Kill you. Kill you. रैंक खेलते हो तो मैच कितने लगाते हो दिन में रैंक अप के लिए लाइक कितने विन करके छोड़ो ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता यार कभी जीतते हो कभी हारते हो एवरीडे का कांस्टेंट विन या लूज नहीं रख सकते तुम और मैं सोच रही हूँ अपने माउस पे ग्रिप्स लगा लूँ भाई पसीना आ रहा है fuck man nice shot yeah sure man with your other teammates look okay you have fun good luck अगर साथ करना हो तो let me know okay Shivi cool man हेलो अरे बोलो ना हाँ अरे बोलो ना अरे सॉरी ऐसे ऐसे क्या होता है ऐसे क्यों किया था नुक पुकू जल्दी से अंकल से पूछो ना आज हाँ
3. It's Haven on the cards, ladies and gentlemen. Metal Esports and Aster Army, both winning each other's map picks, has now suspended this game into a sense of disbelief as map 3 is on the cards. Haven is up for the taking.
Ooh, let's see the agents. Marzel, he should just go Cypher. He is just 200 IQ with that agent. He switches
Never
it back to
mind.
a Killjoy. He says, yeah, I'm not playing that. It's done. It is better to play Killjoy on this map, which I kinda agree with. But there is an interesting pick, Kakarot with the Astra. Now we'll talk about the util later on, but then the remaining setup is all completely same. So it would have been a mirror matchup if either Kohli picked Astra or Kakarot picked OMEN. But there's difference of agents. Now you don't have that flash available for you to execute into the site. The C logs area will be a very crucial position for Team Metal to look out for when they're executing on the C side. Even the short region, which could be easily paranoid through a main that Kohli has the ability to do, Metal won't have the same thing to work with. So how do Metal put in their attacking executes is something we'll see in the second half, because Aster, they are the first ones to start on this attacking half in the map of Haven.
There has been a little bit of a road change. Doxer was the one who was playing on Omen during
that's
Ascent. And now it is Kohli who's doing that. Meanwhile, Doxer is back on the Sova. I mean, he has always been a Sova main, at least on the map of Haven. But Aduka has to be the tip of the spear once again. Sharp as ever pierces Kakarot's blade. Izzy tries to go in for a weapon switch at the most inopportune moment, and he ends up losing his life. That's going to be the spike down for Aster Army, but Marzel's holding the flank, and he's not going to let anyone through.
That's just around. I mean, Kakarot did not even realize that Aduka has already spotted him, and that was a very, I'd say, negative thing to happen. Kakarot should have noticed that he was spotted and should have fought Aduka. But yeah, as soon as the anchor inside falls, it's just around. And yes, you are correct to point out that Doxer has switched on to that Sova. But we've seen Kohli play superbly on this Omen agent in the previous game that they played against the side of, I think, Team MLT? Oh, no, oh yes, it was True Rippers. He even got an ace on this C side where he threw the paranoia and was able to just TP behind the backlines and kill all 5. So Kohli on Omen is just phenomenal. And Aster have already started off on a positive note. 1-0, they will buy up in the round. Doxer even goes on to invest into a Vandal. And remaining Marzel and Aduka with upgraded pistols do not invest in, because they know they need to be the players who keep in check their economy. Medal, they will invest in a few sheriffs themselves, hoping to maybe get a frag or two. Although Tricky hasn't been hitting a shot, and both the sheriffs positioned just outside A. So they won't be seeing any action because Aster has gone in for the C execute once again. It will be completely coming in, and now Aduka just buying as much time as possible. Fox being spammed out of his position, although plays beautifully inside the smoke. The right clicks are also connecting. Kakarot gets a frag, and that's a bulldog retrieve. Doxer goes down too. Suddenly, Team Aster are in a very difficult spot now.
The Vandal is up for the grabs, and the upgraded weapons of Metal Esports are now backfiring against them. Nice dash inside. That really throws off Marzel's aims, allowing Kakarot to pick up the flank, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Metal Esports hit them right back. I'm surprised they don't retrieve Doxer's weapon, but hey, they get the round, and this is much more than anyone expected from Metal.
That's a great round to find. Fox sneaky, just get the frenzy player. But Kishi falling was the biggest upset, because that's the bulldog, and that is exactly where the round fell. A bulldog gets converted into a 4K. Look at this. The worst possible timing for Kishi to turn, drops the weapon, and even drops the round. Metal instantly answer back and get themselves the round for their troubles. Although, look at Team Astra, that's an interesting purchase once again. Aduka has a bulldog, and Marzel has invested in a phantom. Now, Aduka won't be able to get anything because no one checks Kakarot in that position, and Easy is also there to hold this flank angle out. Marzel though gets one, Doxer gets another, brings it down to a 2v3. Kakarot spotted down, Doxer retrieves the weapon, and now both these players are phantoms. Let's see, can Aster do something about this round?
Last player standing.
Apparently not. Metal Esports are firing on all cylinders. Astorami tried to swing the momentum back in their favor by forcing some weapons, but it ends up backfiring on them really hard. At least the economy isn't in complete shambles as they can afford weapons once more.
Useless individual.
Worst timing.
Down. C.
I felt bad for Uduka there because he was checking Dong for so long, but as soon as he tries to go and clear C link, he gets taken care of. But then where was the utility to clear that backside? I mean, maybe a recon, maybe a flash from breach could have been asked there. Does not happen. And once again, look at this. Aster are running into a 3-man stack towards this A side.
They indeed are.
No charges left.
Alright. Now, that's interesting. They do get revealed quite a lot towards A lobby and they fall back instantly. And this causes Metal Esports to start aggroing down A shot. B side is only left upon turret contact over here. So if Astronomy do try to go, well, that would be disastrous. But Kakarot, he's playing dangerous games over here. It's up to Easy to somehow cover his retreat, and he's managed to make it back to safety. They discover all the Astronomy players towards Garage, and Kakarot spraying them down. What an absolute monster. He lines them up, knocks them down, and Metal Esports once again get the round. Astronomy's economy back in shambles.
No, they cannot get a break. That one round they lost has given them so much trouble right now that they cannot get out of this economy dump. Now Mazel, a Sheriff, a Stinger for Aduka, a Stinger for Korean. This is them forcing into the round. They won't have enough money. They might have enough money to play with half shields and phantoms and vandals the next round. And again, it won't be a full buy. So it is desperate attempt coming in from the side of Team Aster Army, and they are being punched in again into the face. Tricky pushes out, gets to, but Dogs are under Aduka. They do answer back with frags of their own, but then find themselves in a 3v2 with nothing but sheriffs.
Take flight.
Oh, though. Get the frag. And even Jay is not firing shots good. He's somehow a very labored tap shot. Gets the job done. But Marcel now has a stinger. Although relies on the ever so trusty one tap sheriff. Can he get the timing?
Just about spots
Jay
him.
just runs away. And Marcel has the lockdown. So if he is able to get the spike down, has the lockdown, has the turret, and has 2 nano swarms as well. So this will be a very important round. Although he won't find any weapon because there was no action outside A. But at least he'll find the plant on this side if he continues to go there.
Meow.
Dangerous games, but at least he should be able to get the plant down. If he really wants to convert this round,
आई क्या वो stream पे
he can
Prax?
play lockdown as well. Although he needs to be careful. Jay is just 1 point away from his ultimate, so in case they feel adventurous and try to capture orbs, that Hunter's Fury should really be able to destroy the lockdown. If he gets it, that is. Nope, not happening. Is he going to commit the ultimate?
He should.
Chances of him securing this round are indeed quite low, so
करना चाहिए रे इसे.
it would be understandable if he doesn't hold on to it. But the shock darts are somehow dodged. The aftershock, probably not. It baits him into Fox's
3-1.
crosshair, and Metal Esports are on a winning streak.
अभी ये round पे उस पे सोवा ult भी आ जाएगी.
They just grouped up.
उसके ult का मतलब कम हो गया थोड़ा. Hello Jamin, how are you? Hello Arun, what's up? नहीं आया होगा.
Even if there was a vandal, they could have essentially traded the player out. They choose the wrong side. The spike, yes, it goes down. It gives some money to the players of Team Metal Esports. To Aster Army. But that's about it. They do not get the round, and that is what was necessary. Them winning the round. Dogser, if he hits one headshot here, the round could have entirely changed. But him missing a few shots, Medal, they will be able to convert the round on the back of it. But bear in mind, 4-1s is where Acer has come back in the previous few games from.
Okay. That's an early start. Can he find anyone? No, he can't, and it's a bit too late. Astronomy have already flooded into the B site. The lockdown as well committed. But Metal
Kishi.
challenge in this one. Are you serious? Fox, he dives right inside. He's trying to get as many kills as possible before he gets detained and killed. So he tried to throw in that curveball.
see.
Both A players.
And that indeed was a good one.
Nice,
Astrami didn't
Marcel.
see it coming, but they
Aram-
still somehow are able to retaliate. It's all up to Tricky. And the op
Nice.
is capable
Good
of
round.
clearing closer angles. Ashrami with blitzkrieg
ओपन टू का
base
शेड्यूल आ गया
finally
क्या?
throw
हाँ,
Metal
30th
Esports in
मई
for
से
a
मैचेस
toss.
हैं.
Every
Group
time
stages.
Metal falls in the 6th round, they look so convincing till the rounds prior to that. But as soon as the 6th round hits, they just lose a round, and that's where Team Aster start their comeback from. Will it be the same story though? Because this is just one round that Aster were able to win. And even though Kakarot got that first frag, Aster are still able to convert it. So that was something very interesting to see. And let's see, Aster Army, if they are the ones to qualify for the playoffs and become the first team to do so in both the splits.
Well, that will be quite an achievement. Quite a statement too. Drone, not gonna clear out the crossfire that's been set up by Metal Esports on a long, but they break it themselves. Use a drone of their own. Both the teams just playing a game of chicken. Sending the
Going
birds
for it.
out to spot. And while time is boiling down, there's a minute left on the clock, and
Group
unfortunately,
stages stream
Ashrami
नहीं
have
होंगे ना?
nothing to
नहीं
show
यार.
for it.
Group stages will not get streamed.
Surprisingly enough, even Metal Esports aren't taking aggro control towards other sides of the map. This nanoswarm will be tossed, hoping to break the alarm bot, and it is broken. But does it draw out rotations from Metal Esports? Nope, it doesn't. They are unbothered, unfazed. They're still stacking the A site. They're expecting Ashrami to fully come in over here.
A good stun with an aftershock and then the
किधर
paranoia
ult
too. But where's the execute?
Nice.
30 HP on Kakarot, Marcel closes him down.
अरे Fox,
But
nice.
the execute should come in when the flash strikes. Although Aster are still able to spam
Nice
through
trade.
all the
30 seconds
smokes,
left.
get through all the problems,
Ah,
and
fuck.
then get the frags. Now in a 2v3 situation, 24 seconds on the clock. Easy, does not even break the turret over
हम
there.
लोग
And
लगाते
now
हैं
Tricky is in a
turret
position
कभी?
to stop this plant. Dogs are
अरे
right
nice
piece,
shot.
gets taken down. Easy gets 1-2. Tricky with the blade. Gets the job
Anti-ray
done.
Marcel.
And Metal Esports, they win the round. Aster, the worst time to pump the brakes. And Metal punish them for it.
Swiss format नहीं होगा इस बार शायद.
Metal
देखना
Esports
पड़ेगा.
indeed punished them for it. It was a
पिछली
labor
बार क्या बहुत
execute.
सारी
The
नई नई
Hunter
टीम्स
Fury
थी,
didn't get them anything.
तो
The stun
सीड्स
and the
वगैरह
paranoia,
पता
it
करने के
was
लिए
indeed
स्विस
great,
फॉर्मेट
but
किया था.
follow-up not so much.
इस बार
Metal
मोस्टली
Esports
स्विस
just
फॉर्मेट नहीं
enough
होगा.
time to
इस
get
बार सीड्स मिल
inside
गए हैं
and
उनको
get
जो
under
टॉप
their
8 आए हैं
skin.
टीम्स.
Ooh, Metal Esports, great job done
अरे
by
भाई
them.
मिडिल ईस्ट
And
का कोच तो भाई
you can just see how
पागल हो
happy
रहा है.
Hacker is. He's like, yeah, guys, we know we have had a good start. We know that we have been able to get at least one game in our favor
भाई
after a start like this. But let's make sure that we end up this half with the lead too. And I cannot see the strategies being talked out by Hacker. I think they're just having fun, considering
I
this is
mean,
their last game and you cannot qualify. So it's better to have fun rather than try and
That
discuss strats
that's
over here.
that is actually like a fair piece of advice. You know, just enjoy the game as much as you can. You don't know what the future holds for you, but you can live in the moment. And so far, these guys are ruling in the moment. Metal Esports have come
स्लाइड पे
across so
स्विस
many
फॉर्मेट ही
hurdles that
दिखा रहा है. ऐसा
Ashrami
है
are
क्या?
throwing
ओके
their
ओके.
way. I mean, some of these rounds you expect
बीटी
to
होगी
go
भाई.
in the favor of Ashrami, but Metal are somehow able to claw their way back in. And Haven looks promising for them so far. But it's still too early to call anyone a winner. Fault line being primed towards a shot, but there's nobody to peek alongside it, so Metal might not have any plans of aggro fighting right off the bat. Although, Tricky is prepared for this. Do they swing wide enough to throw him off? His op has been kind of questionable today. So if you want to
मेरा
challenge
बॉस तो
Tricky,
फर्स्ट जून
this
दिखा
is
रहा है.
the day,
फर्स्ट जून
this is
होगा
the
फिर भाई.
moment.
30th में या फर्स्ट जून
They
है, मेरे को भी
avoid it
ढंग से नहीं
altogether.
पता.
He misses the first shot, but is reaggressing C long. That's a brave decision, and he will find players. And he
Nice.
connects it this time, and that's the spike too. So there will be a recovery mission for Team Master Army, and they will have to check C again. The stun will help them to do so. But let's see how do they want to execute onto the C side. Easy is already
No.
ready with the lockdown. As soon as you try something fishy on C, it gets popped. And look at this metal
Yeah.
already flanked through A. Kohli does not even know. Neither does Marcel. And that's a free frag. Although both the players
Nice,
caught off
Kohli.
guard. Kohli gets
अरे
it
यार
and Aduka side turns.
30 seconds
He
left.
turns both the heads down, and suddenly Fox finds himself alone in a matter of 2 seconds.
What a recovery from Asarami. They were prepared for this one. Metal Esports did such a great job of holding them back. As soon as Astarami broke the turret towards the B site and broke the
10
alarm bot
seconds
on
left.
Garage, Metal
Spike
Esports
planted.
decided to swing on them. They placed the lockdown, anticipating the hit to fully come through. And even the flank from Metal Esports was perfect, so Astarami was supposed to be doomed. They were supposed to die right there because Metal had them cornered. But in an instant,
कोहली ने बहुत
the
मारा
turn
भाई.
back from Garage, a multi-kill comes through, and Metal Esports are
Nice
once
Fox.
again on the clawing back end of things. Asarami have the advantage. Sure, Fox gets one, but there's only so much that he can do. Utility not
और
effective.
दोनों
This
stand है.
stun will get them, but he doesn't
की
check the angles. And
दोनों थे
Asarami
ना शायद?
recover. What a round, man. I really thought Asarami would be doomed over there. They were being read like a book from the start. Their attempt to break the turret on the B side only drew in one rotation. Not enough. The kill from Tricky got the spike down. And if it wasn't for Kohli and Aduka to step up over there, this round was over.
Oh, what a round for Aster Army to win. And even though Metal were winning rounds consecutively, they were not able to build a good bank. And because of it, they've been forced to an eco round. Now look at this: a Bulldog, a Spectre, one Sheriff, one
हाँ इन
Frenzy. This
लोगों ने
buy is
शांति
not
रख
at
रखी
all
है पे.
good. There is a push out A main. 4 players are trying to take control out A. But that's what they get. And you just have the Killjoy holding Garage. Now, Kohli has been spotted down, and he will instantly drop down and throw a smoke. So Aster are waiting for any aggression to be shown from the side of team Metal Esports. They've countered it. At least they have that information about it, and now have decided to go towards the seaside.
The drone clears most of it. All the closer angles are already accounted for. Only the backside remains unchecked, which I think can be
पीछे आएंगे क्या?
easily
पिटाई
taken
भाई.
care of if JE throws
पिटाई
in a
कर दी
recon
पीछे
dodge.
आगे.
Although if they kind of figured out that
Nice
everybody from
Marcel.
Middle East is pushing out a lobby, then even that
अरे
becomes
nice
a
रे.
viable enough area to push out.
लास्ट तो
Yeah,
टरेट वगैरह
besides that,
स्पॉटेड था ना गैराज में
almost
इसका.
everybody's
या
dead.
नहीं?
Easy will be accounted for soon enough, and
पता
they're
है
gonna
इनको.
high tide it towards the A side.
गुड राउंड.
Yep, Easy gets nothing. Kohli
मैं भूल
knocking
गई क्या
Garage
स्ट्रीम के
door,
बारे में.
gets
हाँ
the
ना.
frag, gets the job done,
कॉल
and
करते हो.
Aster find their fourth. Marzel also has the lockdown available, so if they do want to hit that A side and get a shot control, the lockdown can be dropped and you can execute on the back of it. But as a great round, I mean, they do show some presence outside C, which triggers a reaction from the side of Team Metal. They all just push out a lobby and just get taken down one by one because of the superior weapons that the players of Team Aster had. But yeah, that was an eco round. Aster was supposed to win, but this is where it all matters. A very crucial round for Team Metal Esports because if they lose this one out, they will again be forced back to an eco.
Nice push out. But do they know that Tricky is also present in the region? They might be under a false sense of security if Kakarot has been killed. But they will do well to avoid the mid-region entirely. Drone towards A. Doctor's cape has been
Oh
spotted, but
my
he still gets
God.
the shot onto Tricky.
नाइस.
Placing swarm grenade.
Somehow all these players are too aware, and the ball ECT will make sure Easy cannot come out of the smoke and try to make a heroic play. And then the spam from Uruka connects.
रहने
The
तो चालू
flash
बात
was
कर
good,
गई है.
Peace out.
but
पार्टी
then
कर रही
Kohli
है
gets
वो.
a trade.
नूब.
Fox and Jay in a
Spike
2v4.
planted.
Better to maybe save these weapons because
मैंने
Aster
कॉल
is
किया
not
मैसेज
topping
कर रही है
this
सॉरी
round.
आई कैन नॉट टॉक राइट नाउ. द फक.
Timing.
कोई
Jay gets
टाइम है
one. This could be the
वो करने
kickstart
का.
of a retake.
Here.
And Metal Esports, they realize they're running out of rounds, so they might as well just go for this. Recon dot. Destroyed instantly, and they should know that there's plenty of players down C long. Since there's nobody garage or CT, they will have
रिवीलिंग
no
दे रही है
choice
भाई.
but
ये
to
एरिया तो
try and
रिवील
stick
करना
it.
बनता है भाई.
But Kohli's
नूब
flank
है
comes
भाई.
in a bit late, and now
सॉरी आई
Fox
कैन नॉट
doesn't
टॉक
even
राइट नाउ.
have an
ये
avenue
मैसेज
to
कर रही है
escape.
भाई.
He will most likely run into Kohli.
Nice
The
run there,
timing
Kohli.
is very unfortunate, and he doesn't even
गुड
get this
टाइमिंग.
save.
गुड रिपोजिशन.
Both the teams tied up at 5-5.
गाड़ी चला रही है क्या? द फक.
Oh, great round. A
सॉरी
great
कैन
round
नॉट
from
टॉक राइट
Team
नाउ.
Aster Army. They get the frags where it was necessary, and a little concerned why did the players of Team Metal not save after they knew that the round was already lost. They just dropped their weapons in the process, and Asus are happy to play the next round because it is just pistols all around the board. So Metal will play with a Marshall, a Stinger, another Stinger, and a couple of Sheriffs too. So not the best possible buy, but let's see if they're able to make it work or not.
Double marshals, double the hopium. Can Metal Esports get the edge over here? They haven't aggressed out of A too often, and whenever they have, they didn't really find that much success. Not the best flash. They can do better.
What do you mean not the best
Spots
flash?
out double and easy spray down for him. Well, this should be a good cleanup for Aster Army. And that's one good thing about Aster Army now, isn't it? They almost always keep it clean whenever Metal is on an eco.
And Marzel always shows presence towards this B side. So it is like you really cannot leave B out of equation. And let's see.
अब इनको मालूम है short
They are
है
executing
बंदा.
into this A side. The players have
Okay.
already flashed in. Fox trying to be a hero. Aduka is just playing another game at this point in time. He is just jumping over Fox, and even though Fox finds him, Doxer is ready with the trade, and Easy has been spotted too. That's another Aster round. They should get the 6th one in the bag.
It is quite funny to watch Aduka make all those moves. Yes, he was just destined to die over there, but you're right. Every time Metal Esports throw in that smoke towards the default box that stands in shot, it is only to make sure that the player playing towards the corner of bottom graffiti gets some cover. And Aduka has a good way to clear that angle out. Although he doesn't really get the frag this time, he baits out Fox into a very vulnerable spot where he can get sprayed down by the rest of the team.
सारे
Rami
kills
take
दबा
the
दिए
lead.
lol.
Let's see if this is indeed a 6-all half, or Metal Esports will relinquish the lead to Aster Army. They do have the Hunter Spirit to deny the
दोनों
spike
मौली.
plant somehow, and in case a retake situation does ensue, the Cosmic Divide might just help them cut some angles. But the shadows are committed. Kohli already
अरे nice one
gets a lot of information which allows Aduka to
अरे
continue
nice.
snapping through. And the recon gets
Damn.
Aduka a second one.
Good util.
Easy didn't even see his enemy. And neither did Aduka, but he can still get those frags. The spike plant will be delayed for the time being. If Jay can get another one through the Hunter's Fury, that would be wonderful. But it
5v3.
doesn't make their job easier at all.
Astra ulta बस
Astra
इनको
Army
middle
with a
पे.
massive man advantage
Killjoy nice.
should be poised to take this round.
And then the lockdown. That's
Arre,
just
auntie.
something you cannot deal with. Jay gets a frag, yes, but then Doxer trades it out. Tricky was nowhere around that
कैसे
area,
ulti use
and
करेगा ये?
even Kakarot has to vacate garage. Now the Cosmic Divide will be thrown in, but Doxer exactly knows
Nice.
from where Kakarot is approaching. And then Tricky with that
Auntie,
operator does not even
good
get
round,
one.
good half. Astra.
We talked about this, right? 4-1 start for Medal.
अच्छा था इनका
They
CX
just
एक बहुत.
lose the momentum.
आडू का थोड़ा weird खेल रहा है भाई.
Game and 5 rounds back to back for the side of Team Aster Army, and they end the half 7-5.
Well played by Astra Army. The game was really competitive at one point with Metal Esports making plenty of thrifties.
बहुत
work in
ज़्यादा
their
risky
favor.
खेल रहा है
The way
आडू
they
का.
stole momentum away from Astra Army at the start of the game itself kind of made you feel that Metal Esports are in it to win it. And they were looking really comfortable at that point as well, right? They were smiling, they were really happy about the way the game was going. But Astra Army can fire right back at them. Let's see if they can win this map in the second half. We'll see you on the other side of this break.
बोर हो गई भाई मैं ऐड देख देख के.
ब्रो फ्रिज मीट के लिए हीट के लिए नहीं ब्रो दिस ग्राफिक्स कार्ड इज मेकिंग माय फ्रेम्स ड्रॉप कम विद मी इफ यू वांट टू गेम
The all-new OMEN 16 with advanced Tempest cooling technology, now with 5 heat pipes and 4 thermal outlets. The OMEN 16 with 12th Gen Intel Core
बताना
i7
भाई जब चालू हो
processor to
फिर
make you
मैं वो ऐड
forget
देख
your
के
frame
थोड़ा सा
drops.
बोर हो गई थोड़ा सा
दैट्स
ज़्यादा.
कूल
Game
और
on
म्याओ
with
की
Tempest cooling.
पॉम्पटी खत्म नहीं हो रही भाई. पॉम्पटी. ग्रिप्स लगाऊं क्या भाई अभी? तो तुम लोगों के सामने लगाती हूँ। भाई कोई
Presenting Hyundai i20 N line. It's time
conflicting
to play.
sponsor, you know.
Yes, I'm a Gen Z, or should I say, the Gen Next. And I don't let fear hold me back from doing anything. I choose to move
MDL
fearlessly
और OMEN
to
है.
it all.
Hey buddy, we need you to trim your beard for this next
ठीक
scene.
है ना, तो मैं
Okay, fine, I'll admit
अपना
it.
ये
I move fearlessly in most things, but I draw the line here.
माउस का
What
कुछ
if I
दिखा
need to cut
सकते हो क्या
myself?
भाई स्क्रीन
Try
पे?
this.
Phillips.
Welcome back to OMEN Valorant Challengers South Asia. Driven by Hyundai, and our styling partner is Philips One Blade. Speaking of which, you can actually win yourself a Philips One Blade by scanning that QR code. Go ahead and scan it out for a chance to win. Speaking of winning, Astorami so far has a tiny lead. Although you can never guarantee if they'll be able to keep it, given the way that Metal Esports are surprising them on every single turn.
Oh, let's see a pistol round. A very important pistol round for Team Metal to win, so that they're able to at least equalize the scoreline. Although the read from Aster is also there, you have two players outside A lane.
वही
Which
बहुत
will
भारी
join
गन
the
है.
fight
तो
as soon as they see
पक
everything
शुरू हो
happening
गया क्या?
outside A. The stun and dash outside C will also pull some rotations off Team Metal Esports. Two of the players still stand outside C trying to clear that position out. And Aster, they also slowly and steadily start rotating to a different region. Although they really have no reason to do so, and this Jay's drone should at least keep at least two players of Aster on this side. Because look at this, how much space Tricky had in the previous round. Although they are clearing everything out C long this time around, and Medal, if they go
ये
C,
कंट्रोल
they'll
रख
find it
लिया पूरा.
completely empty.
Yeah, good maneuvers by Metal Esports. Avoiding Astorami like the plague. They get into the site without any resistance, and it should be a
आवाज से
clean,
क्या था
easy
क्या
plant.
पीछे जेट?
Astorami aren't
कुछ
even
यूटिली
beginning
यूजली
the
करना
retake
पड़ा
yet.
इनको
The only person
सी
close
लॉन्ग
enough so
रीक्लियर
far is
करने
the
के लिए.
Puka, as he waits for the rest of his teammates to arrive.
आई थिंक आवाज
Oh,
से
this
गया
is
था
quite an
वापस.
interesting approach. They're gonna go all the way down grass and hope to flank around, but Jay is supposed to hold them at bay. He is also
क्या है
having the
भाई?
backup of Kakarot, who gets blinded for the time being, and Kohli's finally able to get at least one frag under his belt. But that's about it. The rest of his forces have fallen, and Doxer has
fuck?
way too tall of a task.
पुल है ना एक्स्ट्रा पे?
Nice shot onto Kakarot. Can he double up? Never mind. There's just way too much heat to handle.
Yeah.
Another close game awaits, I think. Another close game awaits because
Okay.
Medal winning the pistol. Medal
Good
should
round.
on paper be able to win
Medal.
the follow-up round too. And then
Kakarot ने बहुत अच्छा
maybe,
कवर दिया यहाँ से.
maybe show us another overtime, a second overtime into the series. And yes, as you pointed out, I mean, the retake denial from Medal or the read from Medal was just too good. They knew the retake is going to happen from garage area. To their luck, they found three players in that position. Took down every one of them and are easily able to get the round on the back of it.
Well, that's a good start for Metal Esports at the very least. And they have quite a lot of diverse weapons. The Bulldog, two Phantoms.
I got the spike.
I would have expected them to go for Sheriffs or maybe even Spectres, but nope, they are going in for the big guns right away. They want to avoid any chances of Astorami bringing it back. So they're going to keep their distance and fight at range. Control smoke deployed by Kakarot just to get them some control all along, and the scans revealed nothing.
Yes.
They know that Astorami on
stack
these
में
eco
घुसने
rounds
वाले हैं
like
लोग.
going for these gamble stacks. They also would have expected a gamble push out. That's partially why they were being very careful on that A lobby area. But if they're going to go into it, the C side without any information, it will be a disaster. It's a massive stack. Metal Esports are about to walk into a trap.
No, no, no.
The front line will get
No,
everybody.
no, no.
Oh my lord, Tricky's already
Yup, they just
dispatched
walked
out.
into
The
a stack.
Classics really singing the songs of death right now.
3v3.
Ezzy and Kakarot somehow able to retreat, and they escape their fate. Marlton trying to cut off the rotation.
Oh, he has been spotted
30
and then
seconds left.
stunned too. But do you challenge him is the question. No, Kakarot just sits behind, just waits. Make sure Marzel is not able to flank out. But look at this, Doxer is already
बैकसाइड
stepped into
आएगा
the
क्या
side.
ब्रीच?
Does he know
अरे
there's a player backside? He
डॉक्सर
does
भाई
not,
फैंटम
and
है आप
Fox
पे, रुक जाओ.
snaps onto the head of Doxer and takes away the rifle
Spike planted.
that was present for the players of Team
अरे
Astra.
भाई, one chance of winning
And
the
now Kohli's
round.
flank is also noted down.
एंटी
Marzel won't even get anything, and
रुक जाता
we
भाई
thought that
डॉक्सर.
the round might just fall.
रिकॉन
But
भी तो आ
through
रहा था
some
कितने टाइम
spam,
मेरे को.
through some lucky frags, Medal still are able to win the round.
हाँ 12 सेकंड में रिकॉन था, आराम से टीम के साथ खेलता भाई.
Good stuff by Metal Esports. They tie up the scoreline, but now the real acid test begins. Asher Army have the big guns. Metal Esports, they still have plenty of weaponry from the previous round. They don't take too many losses on the way in. But they will need to position these weapons accordingly. Fox once again ready for a stun. I'm sorry, not Fox. Kishi ready for a stun out towards a shot, but there's no follow-up on the back of it. The only person who's pushing out is Aduka. And Easy's gonna be responsible for marking this one, but Tricky heads straight inside, ahead of his own cloud burst. Marzel intercepts him. He almost got the frag onto Fox as well, but they have put down this one-way smoke towards C-Link. It stops anyone from coming inside. Jay and Kakarot go way beyond their safe zone, and they're able to get the frags converted. Kakarot survives that paranoia. There's a flank coming in from Aduka as well, and Kohli's position's already been revealed. But look at the push out from
Nice,
all the way
Kohli.
towards A-Link. Kohli snaps on, and now it's back to a 2v2. Somehow Aduka needs to make these moves. Doesn't
अरे
know where
यार.
Kakarot it is. As soon as the cloud burst fades away, Kakarot gets the better of him. It's all down to Kohli.
नहीं.
His position was already revealed, and the teleport will sign his death warrant. Metal
Indeed.
Esports hold on to the advantage. Asarami devolved this round, send it spiraling into a state of chaos, but Metal keep their calm and their cool.
Oh my god, what a close round. But the good thing is they are able to win the bonus too. So Medal, they will find another round on the back of it because I don't think so they Aster have enough money to purchase into the next round. And Kohli, yes, the Stevie was a little bit too overcooked, I'd say, but it was a good attempt. You knew there was a player down, so you wanted to break the crossfire and went in for a play, did not work out at all. Another ace tag from the side of Team Aster Army. But by the looks of it, Medal is heading towards the C side, and rightfully so, because C is a place where you, if you're able to get through the choke point, it is a very easy side to convert on. Plus, the retake is also very difficult to facilitate on the C side.
It's
Now,
so
tricky though.
surprising to see that Metal Esports are able to avoid Astra stacks every single time. Like, it happens
nine.
once, I can understand it's a coincidence, but
Nice,
they
tricky.
walk into the C sites and A sites every time they're empty. It's happening a bit too often to be a coincidence now. Metal's reads are fantastic, and Ezzy's lurking around so wonderfully. We
Bhai,
saw
Ezzy
Marcel
bhai
pull
अच्छा
off something
खेल रहा है बहुत.
similar every time he was playing towards attacking spawn and just holding back the
playing
flankers, but now
smart.
Ezzy is returning the favor by doing the exact same thing.
Kohli left all alone, trying to hide in his smoke, but yeah, will be essentially spammed out. 10 HP is all that
Anti.
remains and does not even get the frag onto Tricky. Metal Esports, good rounds on the board. That is the 9th one. And now Master will have that opportunity to buy into that operator. And let's see if they can make any difference or not. Because till now, all these executes from Team Metal Esports have just been very, very flawless.
Yeah, they've been moving flawlessly, even moving fearlessly to some extent. And why wouldn't they be moving fearlessly? Of course, they have been avoiding all the Astrami stacks. Doing it so well. 4 rounds in a row for Metal Esports as they overtake Astrami, and that's the perfect cue to call a tactical timeout. Mandalik realizes that the early aggression from Astrami does give them a lot of information, but still, it doesn't really stop Metal Esports from entering the site, who have actually been finding these plants a bit too often without any problems at all. Whether it's towards the C side or A side, even if they try to go towards B, their execute seems a little dicey to some extent. But then Metal Esports extend all the way in towards A-Link and C-Link as well. They fight from backside, and this leaves Astorami no room to mount a retake from, especially towards that B side. If this pattern is repeated towards any of the other sides of the map as well, then maybe Astorami can start mounting a little bit of a counter. Maybe they can start punishing these. I can't even call it over aggression from Metal Esports now, can I? It's very calculated. They always double peek, triple peek on the back of it. But maybe if Astorami can see that aggression coming in, they can somehow prop up a counter. But so far, there seems to be no coherent pattern that Astorami can decipher.
That's just beautiful. They are pushing that operator far back, and now they loaded it to Jay. Although the outdoor will be disturbed, and Ricky had that opportunity, should have hit the shot, but it won't matter. Now the lockdown has been thrown in, a lot of utility being chucked at it to destroy, and they will be able to get rid of it.
The shock darts and the aftershock.
Look at this, they've already fallen towards CT, so essentially they have this side, they just don't know it.
Yeah, but they need to pop the smokes in order to do something. Actually, never mind. They're gonna do something even better. They pop the Cosmic Divide. Aduka tries to play ahead of it, hoping that the op will be able to get him something. He has a tiny gap available, and Tricky realizes it. Throws in the Cloudburst to give an extra bit of cover. But no, it's a rare miss from Aduka. That's what happens when you jiggle in between that Cosmic Divides. You can never be sure when your shot lands and when it doesn't. At least Astorami now have all 5 players alive, so they will throw in that Paranoia to break the crossfire between Graffiti and Hell player. Aduka continues to strike from above, and now it's time for them to put him from CT. Tricky holding the base. Kohli and Doxer ramming right through it. It's up to Fox to somehow line them up, and they almost did, but Doxer is just too powerful. Kakarot has to play for time, but there's way too much for Astorami to work with, so he will have to peek them at some point. Smoke thrown in for extra measure. He still has the lineup. He still lines up both of them. What on earth is this clutch?
It does not save the rifle, but look at the
But कैसे आते हैं ये लोग util करने वाले थे?
My God, what a round to win! 5 rounds back to back for Team Medal in this half, and they are looking unstoppable. What is the call here from Astorami? Do they force? Do they save? I do not have a clue. Dogs are is purchasing him, Kohli is purchasing him. Lots of Kishi with the Phantom and the half shield. Aduka will play on the blades, but what about Marcel? He has a Sheriff and a half shield. Finally purchases into a Bulldog. If Aster lose this, they will essentially lose the whole game because of the money situation. And they are all the nice miss, and Jay connects the shorty. A disaster strikes for the players of Team Army, and they find themselves in the depths of defeat. Although Kohli has a say in it, he's able to get one and has the C-long area under control. What is the adaptation from Medal? They throw a Rolling Thunder CT? No way. They do it. They take control. They are pushing through their spawn and take down Kishi. The second player Doxer, not spotted, not noted, doesn't need to be. Kohli once again to the side, but then the timing, and Medal close out the round. No more money left. It is just Aduka with 1600 credits who might be able to purchase into the round. But Medal are 2 rounds away from closing and winning their first game in the whole split.
This would be an amazing moment for Medal Esports. They've strung together 6 rounds in a row to make this comeback happen, not relinquishing a single round to Astorami in this entire half. And Astorami are doing everything that they can. On eco rounds, they go for stacks, which are avoided by Medal. On these buy rounds, they start aggroing out of A main, which is being read. And this time, even the push out from Kohli was perfect. He was able to get control of C-Long, which on paper should have really pressured Medal Esports and stopped them from planting on the C side. But what did they do in return? They throw in the body rolling thunder and go all the way into its defender spawn. And this time, there's no stopping Tricky.
Nice Paranoia.
Finally, Kohli's Paranoia is able to get him something. And once again, he tries to pull off the move which he did in the previous game from where he was able to get the ace. But this time, that Pussy also won't work. The hunt is fully thrown in for good measure, along with everybody from Medal Esports descending upon the seaside, leaves Aster Army defenseless.
Bhai kya tha ye last round? Okay.
No, they just hit the max bonus, max loss bonus. Oh my God, 7-5, huh? And Medal say, yeah, 5 rounds more than enough for us. We've got 7 lined up, back to back in our favor. And Aster, they do start a comeback on by winning Fracture, but this time around they won't be able to close it out. It is Team Medal, I think, who will be able to win the game overall. This time an operator for Tricky. Let's see if that operator gets fed or something like that, because I do see shift walking towards a shot, and as soon as he peeks, he's a dead man. But does he peak is the main question. For now,
Yeah.
disciplined. For now, just holding that off angle. Wants to get that frag and then essentially fall back.
Aduko on top. Gets
ठीक
back
है, nice
safely,
nice pick है
and
दुका.
that's the opening that
बस
Astrami
हो गया
needed.
भाई, डॉक्टर अभी पीछे आएगा.
They avoid the op too, so Tricky won't be able to refrag this one. And this is finally a round where Astro Army hit the ground running. But they need to convert this, otherwise they'll never get off the starting blocks. And now that they have the advantage, they fall back. The ball's in the court of Metal Esports once again. And so far, they've done a really good job of racketing it back over to the other side. Can they find it once more? Drone towards C. This is just a ruse. This is just a fake. The spike is still headed towards A. And they're creeping their way inside. But look at what this one drone does! It baits out the lockdown! At least the rotations aren't fully here yet,
Nice
so Doctor can
doctor.
still hold the ground.
Nice
Even
Aduka.
Aduka's position
Nice
in
one, Ray.
prime place. And this is
Nice.
finally
They knew it.
Aster Army hitting them back.
But if they
But
knew
is it
it,
too
then
little
why
too
would they use the
late?
lockdown?
Metal Esports already have map point, and Aster Army need to put together so many rounds in a row. Oh, that's actually smart. He throws away the op.
10 seconds
Like, if
left.
I can't carry it forward, then you won't carry it forward either. Get it out of map geometry. Get it out of the way.
इनको मालूम था सी फेक हो रहा है, तो ये लोग
Muzzle see that op.
मार्शल अल्ट क्यों लगाएगा?
It's just out of
कंफर्म
practice.
करने के लिए क्या?
Yeah.
कि हाँ हम लोग पता है, हम लोग
But hey,
मान
why,
रहे हैं कि
why
सी
the
है,
sudden change of the pace?
ताकि ये पे एंगल्स चेक ना करें ये लोग.
Metal were playing with. I understand you were not able to get that first frag A shot.
For safe
Then
side.
suddenly they try to explore other avenues, give Aster all those individual duels, all those 1v1 fights, and they win it all out.
But there's
Chaos is where they thrive.
उन्होंने गैम्बल किया था, इनको मालूम नहीं था.
Chaos is
Fake है कि
indeed
नहीं.
where they thrive. But still, even though this round was lost, look at the repercussions of this one. They've already drawn out a massive lockdown from Mazel. The only other ultimate left on to Aster Army is the Rolling Thunder, which I'm pretty sure they will be doing a good job of baiting out once again. Metal Esports just threw in one drone, that's it. And it
पता है उनको
almost
reload
called
किया
in
नहीं.
all the rotations and
मारा
the
भाई
lockdown for
मार
it.
Fuck it.
No, but this time Marzel's
Reload
dead.
थोड़ी करेगा
The
यहाँ पे आगे
Aftershock
भाई.
and the Nanoswarm confirm his skill. And Metal Esports get the stuff they required. The shock darts to break the alarm bot, but that's okay. The alarm bot isn't the only thing marking this push. Even Ezzy himself is committed to the play. Doxer is deep behind enemy lines and he
Bye.
doesn't know what's about to hit him.
डॉक्टर.
There's a triple peek incoming.
Nice Doxer.
But no,
Nice.
it doesn't matter. Doxer
Yeah.
mows down the lot.
Nice. भाई
That's the
डॉक्टर
hero
गॉड.
play they needed. Doxer always stepping up in the time of need when the moment calls upon him. And this now leaves Kakarot with it all to do. At least Marzel's dead, so the turret won't give away his position. He can continue creeping in towards the B site.
अरे अल्ट यूज कर
But
दिया
Rolling
3v1
Thunder
में.
has been thrown into
30 seconds
no
left.
risk, no chances being taken right now. And
ठीक है
now they've
चलेगा,
got
पता नहीं यूज करना
closes
चाहिए था
out
कि
the
नहीं.
round and Aster Army still survive on that 3k from Doxer. No utility.
I don't think
Plus
use करना
no one
चाहिए था.
trades him out too. I mean, for a very long period of time, you
उनको
left A
round
lobby
जीतना है अभी.
completely
हाँ,
empty.
ये
So
तो
there
है.
should have been some sort of maybe util.
पर
or
3
maybe
राउंड और है
even
ना
the players
अभी.
could have white swung together to trade that
और
pair,
मेजर
but it
अल्ट
does
यूज
not
कर दिया
happen.
इन्होंने एक
And Doxer is
एक
able to
बंदे
line
पे.
up 3. And suddenly there's a timeout being called too. Because these 2 rounds will definitely put a stop to Medal's confidence.
I mean, I don't think confidence is what they were relying on in the first place. They were relying on sheer bold aggression and some really good reads from Hacker. Every time Master Rami find themselves in Nico, Metal Esports were avoiding it quite well, but in the last 2 rounds, Aster Army have been able to figure out what Metal are up to, and it's about time they do so. It's a high-stakes game for them. It's not the end of the road if Aster Army lose this, but they definitely want that top spot on their group. And if they're able to get it, they will have a massive advantage going into the playoffs. They will start a step ahead, so there is indeed a lot at stake over here. Aster now once ready to strike once again. Docs are 1 point away from his Hunter's Fury. Same with Kohli. Meanwhile, Atuka has the op, so this could be the difference maker. On the other hand, Fox and Ezzy are also a single point away from their ultimates. Ezzy maybe 2 points, but yeah. Metal Esports start quite aggressively towards A lobby. They avoid the fault line, and even though one of them gets stunned, Astronomy don't really fight them back. But Metal Esports would be wise to take it slowly.
ऑपरेटर sleep पे
Astra
पैसे वॉक
have
कर रहा है
changed
भाई
their kill
फाइनली
drive
ठीक है
setup. Usually the utility is towards
ओमन के
either B
साथ
or
एक पे
garage,
किल
but
जो
this time
सेटअप है
Astronomy
भी
have
नंगा है
made
बे
Marzel place all his gadgets on A.
An early drone too, but it won't see anything because all the players of Medal are just tucking in.
दिखा
Okay,
दिखा
you
दिखा
on.
दो लोग दिखे
They saw Tricky there, and on the back of it, they know that this push can still
ट्रिकी
very
अकेला
well
नहीं
come
होगा
into this side. Now Kichi is getting his util ready, and if Team Metal try to
अलार्म
execute
बॉट
into the side,
कांटेक्ट पे
Astra
स्टन
is ready.
करेगा
They have a two-man stack. They have all the utility they
क्यों
need. The smokes being thrown in.
हुआ
The
क्या
recall
ट्रिगर
gives away
का
the position, but Kishi just throwing all the flashes. He has to deny the push.
नाइस
The aftershock to be
नाइस
thrown
रे
in
किसी
too, and he gets that first frag. All the other players are isolated from each other. Now there is a double stack towards the backside. No one coming
30
short too
seconds
will
left.
be a problem for the
कुछ
players of
एस्ट्रा
Team
स्टार
Metal to
मिलेगा
lead
क्या
with.
इनको
Fox
और
sees drops the
ओमन
backside,
एंड पे सॉरी
and Jay gets the frag.
नहीं नहीं नहीं
Kishi playing around the smoke.
मार्वल
नहीं
लूप
ना
Gets dealt with, and Fox
मार्वल
even
लूप
got that frag
मार्वल
onto
लूप
थ्रो
Marvel.
कर रहे हैं भाई
This
एस्टर
could be
आर्मी
GG
हो
until
गया है
and unless Aduka and Kohli do something about it. Kohli is
अरे
already away,
यार
and then the rolling thunder to stun Aduka down. That should be
हो गया
Metal
तुम्हारा
winning
काम
their
धंधा
first
यस
series or split number one or
बेटे
split
पता
number
है
two.
स्ट्रीम को ठीक है ना
Metal
क्या
East was on the verge of victory, and unless Aduka can pull off a miraculous 1v4,
क्या
this
पता
could
है
have done enough
जीजी
in game. Jay to put on the finishing blow.
कि तुम
Congratulations
क्या
to
करने
Metal
गए थे
Esports on winning their first series in
क्या करने गई
Split
थी
2. It is quite
स्ट्रीम से पूछो
unfortunate that
चैट से
it
पूछो
doesn't really help their odds with playoffs, but at least they can go down with their heads held high. At least they will be able to have some smile at the end of the split. And they've denied Astronomy
Rats,
the
बोल
top
दे आज
spot
तो
of their group. Astronomy
तुम नहा के
faced
आए
their
हो
first defeat in this entire
ए
split.
म्याओ
If they went undefeated, they would have been at the number 1 position on their group, but Metal Esports don't let them have that satisfaction.
the fuck
Oh my god, what a game to win. Glimpses is what I'll say. Glimpses of what Metal
the
Esports can
fuck
bring to the table.
लिव
And the
तुम
next
नहा
two
के आए हो
tournaments are
और
gonna
नहीं
be
तो
interesting
क्या
for this team.
the fuck
For sure. Very, very interesting, and we will have to look out for the
यप यप
next games of Team Metal Esports now.
Yeah, I'm
They
excited to see
should
them once again.
probably lock in this 5-man squad because they seem gelled up. The trades were there, the utility was there. Tricky again was being set up, although not the best possible day for Tricky, but still the team around him was also feeling very confident.
Yeah, the team was feeling really well. The reads on Haven were amazing. Both the first two maps were really, really close for comfort with several individual heroics from either side. But in the end, Haven is where it all culminated, and there you could really see that Metal Esports have done their homework. You could tell exactly why they are a team to be feared, even though you won't get to see them anytime soon.
गुड गेम गाइस
But
हेवन
we
बहुत
look
अच्छा
to
था
hear from them once more. We'll break down this game with further
नहीं
details on the other side of this break.
जब काम था स्ट्रीम क्यों किया काम नहीं था भाई मैं गई वहाँ पे किचन में मैंने अपने आप पे कुछ भर दिया तो नहाना ही पड़ा ऑलमोस्ट लाइक पूरा टी शर्ट गीला हो गया था और नहाई नहीं थी तो सोचा नहा के आ जाती हूँ मैप खत्म होने से पहले बहुत टाइम लग गया बाल भी धो लिए साथों शिम्स चलो ठीक है मिलते हैं फिर थोड़े टाइम में एक और स्ट्रीम कर ही रही हूँ मैं इसके बाद why not I'll be back guys thanks so much for dropping by see you